All righty, good morning and welcome to the second and last day of the Queensborough Board Budget hearing. Pursuant to Section 241 of the New York City Charter, the Queensborough Board is holding this hearing in order to establish our borough's priorities with regards to the mayor's fiscal year 2026 preliminary budget. The budget is shaped first by the preliminary budget, then the executive budget, and finally the adopted budget. I look forward to working with the mayor, the city council, and advocates on addressing budget shortfalls. I look forward to hearing from all of you today. Individuals have already been notified what time they will testify. The allotted time for participants to testify will be as follows. Health and hospitals will have 6 minutes, and each person representing nonprofit groups or themselves will have up to 2 minutes to testify, as indicated by the countdown clock on our screen. So when you hear the music, stop dancing. Please present your top priorities only. As a reminder, testifying at this hearing is not a formal budget application to my office. You can check the website at queensbp.org and go to the budget tab to view which applications are available and to read updated information on our budget process. Now let's begin the second day of fiscal year 2026 Queensborough Board budget hearings. First, we have health and hospitals. You may begin now. So I'm going to go to Queens Hospital first.
Good morning. I am Neil Moore, the Chief Executive Officer of Queens Hospital, New York City Health and Hospital. I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to testify today, and I extend my sincere appreciation to the Queens delegation of New York City Council and the Borough President for your steadfast support of our hospital and the critical role it plays in providing quality health care to the residents of Queens. At New York City Health and Hospital, Queens, we are deeply committed to offering equitable care to all patients, particularly as we strive to reduce late-stage cancer diagnosis within our community. Residents of Southeast Queens, in particular, face significant health challenges with higher rates of chronic conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, and certain preventable diseases. This unfortunate reality underscores the urgent need for proactive measure and accessible healthcare services. Our outreach efforts focus on educating local residents about the importance of early screening and preventive health measures. Through these initiatives, we aim to empower our community to take control of their health and access the care they so need. However, to effectively address these health disparities, we must ensure that our facilities and resources are equipped to meet the growing demand in our diverse community. Today, I'm here to discuss our capital needs for fiscal year 2026. We have identified several critical projects with a total funding request of $6.4 million that will significantly enhance our ability to provide care. Our requests are as follows: $2 million to modernize the hospital subspecialty clinic. What is the subspecialty clinic? Queens Hospital provides over 30 subspecialty services, which includes ENT, colorectal surgery, orthopedics, breast surgery, gastroenterology, neurology, pulmonary, and cardiology, to name a few. To ensure that we deliver care in a patient-centered environment, it is imperative that we upgrade the specialty care delivery area. This modernization will enable us to administer care in a dignified manner that enhance the overall wellness of our patients. The project involves redesigning the current space, which is 10,665 square foot of clinical space, to meet modern standards, which includes our examination rooms, etc. Another need is for $1 million to replace an end-of-life radiology X-ray equipment. Replacing our aging radiology X-ray machine is essential for maintaining high standards of care at Queens Hospital. Modern X-ray machine enhance the image quality and reduce patient wait time and minimize radiation exposure, all of which are vital, effective diagnosis and patient safety. all leads to good patient care outcome. Next is the 2.5 million to upgrade the hospital nuclear medicine system. To maintain our status as a leading community hospital, it is vital that we provide state-of-the-art cardiac nuclear medicine scans. Cardiac imaging can be helpful in diagnosing many heart conditions, including arrhythmia, coronary artery disease, heart attack, and heart failure. This upgrade will directly impact our ability to diagnose heart disease in general and also improve the overall quality of care. Next is a $350,000 to replace our DEXA bone density machine. Replacing the hospital bone density machine is essential for accurately diagnosing and managing osteoporosis, which often goes undetected, especially the elderly. Effective bone density testing is crucial for accessing bone health, preventing serious fractures, particularly amongst, as I said, the older adults and those with specific risk factors. Next is $600,000 to purchase 3 C-arm imaging tables for the hospital portable X-ray units. Upgrading to modern C-arm imaging tables in the operating room and radiology is crucial for enhancing our surgical capabilities. This advanced imaging system provides high-quality 3D imaging in real time, ensuring greater accuracy and efficiency during procedure. The C-arm imaging tables will allow for optimal positioning without requiring a patient to transport, improving comfort and safety. Combined with portable X-ray units, these technologies streamline workflow, facilitate quicker decision-making, and ultimately enhance patient outcome, reinforcing our commitment to delivering the highest quality of care for our patients. Upgrading these units will directly improve care in critical care areas, especially our emergency department and intensive care units, where timely diagnosis is of utmost importance to life or death. In total, our capital funding for these projects are $6.4 million. These capital investments are not just upgrades, they are essential in helping us address healthcare needs of our community effectively. We are committed to working with our elected officials, community partners, and stakeholders that ensures that the residents of Queens, particularly those in Southeast Queens, receive the quality healthcare they deserve. As we celebrate our 90th anniversary this year, securing these funds is more important than ever because they will enable us to enhance our operational capabilities and continue our mission, exceptional care. And I want to say thank you for your attention, and I look forward to working together to elevate the healthcare at Queens Hospital. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to Helen, Elmhurst Hospital.
Good morning. Good morning. It's shorter, so. Again, my name is Dr. Helen Arteaga. I am the CEO of New York City Health and Hospital, and I get to work along with my beloved brother here, Neil Moore. But more importantly, today we get to ask for the capital needs of FY26. But I really want to thank you on what you did the last fiscal year. The last fiscal year, we were able to open 2 new ORs. We got our second robotic machine. We were able to open our oncology radiation unit. What did that do? That made us have 2,600 new babies. We're a very busy OB. We saw 1.2 million visits last year. And we have the number 13th busiest ED in the nation. With your support, we need, as you can see, we need more support. So thank you for making that happen. But similar to my brother here, one of the things that we're focusing on in both of our hospitals is that the need for our hospitals are going to get greater. We want to make sure the access to our doors stay even bigger. And in doing that, we need to make sure patient flow gets more efficient and more effective. So one of the things both of us are looking forward to is radiology. We need to upgrade our radiology system. We need new x-ray machines. We need another MRI, and we need a PET scan. Currently, right now, the only PET scan that we have in our borough, in the public system, is the one in Queens. And my brother Neil doesn't have much space for our patients here at Elmer, so we need one of our own. So between the PET scan, our new x-ray machines, and the MRI, that's about $6.3 million ask. Another thing that we really want to make sure that it will increase our efficiency. As you know, Elmer's Hospital is a level 1 trauma center. We need a trauma tower for our orthopedics, and that's about 800. And again, this type of investment in our ORs and in our radiology unit will make us more efficient. And believe it or not, minutes count when we're dealing with our patients. And then if there's any money left, one of the biggest things that we, as you know, Elmer's Hospital has 177 beds for behavioral health. We are the biggest behavioral health inpatient provider in our borough. And we're very lucky that in Elmer's, we have 2 behavioral yards where our patients can go outside in these yards, and it's encased in the unit. And it needs a huge ramp up. And as you know, our behavioral health unit also has an adolescent unit. So one of the things that we do, if our adolescents are working with their therapy, taking their medication, we're able to take them outside. And the average stay of a behavioral health patient is anywhere from 16 to 21 days. So can you imagine you being in a room like this for 21 days? Going outside is a big deal. But in order for us to make sure they go outside safely, we need to revamp and redesign that space in our behavioral health yard. And that would be an additional $2 million. I know that doesn't have to do much with patient flow, but I think it would do a lot for our behavioral health patient in their recovery. So in total, we're asking about like 8.3 million. So if you have extra money in your pockets, please make sure to keep Elmer's and Queens Hospital in mind.
Awesome.
Thank
What's
you.
the status of the maternity?
So we are in design and we're out to bid for construction. So hopefully once the bids come in, we'll select the best construction company that fits our needs and fits our dollar amount. And hopefully we'll start doing hammers by the end of the summer.
And I had one unrelated question on obviously we've seen these raids, waking up to reports of raids in the Bronx this morning. I know Elmhurst, Queens being the most diverse county. Have y'all discussed protocols on what happens?
Yes. We actually have a hotline. All ICE members, by law, they have to report themselves to hospital police. Hospital police will go our legal and the CEO of that hospital. We have a hotline that we call, we review if the credentials are legit, because also sadly, they've been people impersonating ICE or taking laws into their own hands. So we verified that the ICE IDs are true and valid from the federal government. And then we look at their subpoenas, make sure that the court order is a real court order. And we make sure we work that with legal to verify all that information is correct.
Okay.
Before we let them in our hospitals.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, next we're moving on to virtual. Nancy Haruska, Rising Ground.
Good morning and thank you. My name is Nancy Haruska. I'm representing the Human Services Provider Rising Ground. We're respectfully requesting capital funding in the amount of $265,000 to remodel and purchase movable property at our 91-14 Merrick Boulevard hub office in Jamaica. We currently lease the second, third, and fourth floors of that building, and with the requested funding, we would consolidate, update, and refurbish 2 of those floors, creating a more efficient and welcoming space. The remodeled floor plan, we estimate will save up to $285,000 annually in rent, which would total close to $3 million in the balance of our 10-year lease, and those savings we would reinvest back into the services for the community. In 2023, Rising Ground resumed the responsibilities of this space and providing services that were once offered by Sheltering Arms. Since then, Rising Ground has provided expanded services for Jamaica and surrounding Queens communities, including the Far Rockaways. Our hub office is on Merrick Boulevard in Jamaica and in Jamaica Avenue, and it's the primary workplace for over 100 staff. And we see literally thousands of adolescents and families at that location. With the lease, as we said, as the lease cost savings, we would reinvest back into the community. We'll be requesting funding to remodel the 2 floors, which includes workstations, state-of-the-art technology for conference rooms, family rooms, and training rooms, refurbished space for our mental health clinic, and updated reception area. Right now, currently, we support a mental health clinic, preventive service programs with a specialized intervention for children under 5, our mother-infant health program that offers new parents education, and a drop-in center for runaway and homeless. Without the remodeling of the physical space, we are in jeopardy of not being able to continue to provide all these services. So we request this so we can not only continue our giving these services, but also expanding them in the future. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your testimony. Thank you for the work you do. All right, we're going to go to George Heslin, New York Irish Center.
Good morning and thank you. My name is George Hassan and I serve as Executive Director at New York Irish Center, located in Western Queens, Long Island City. I would like to thank President Richards and the Queens City Council members for being here, and thank you for allowing me to speak on behalf of the organization and our mission. Thank you to Queensborough President and the Queens delegation for your continued financial support of our work here at New York Irish Center. Your investments through discretionary funding process has been instrumental in our ability to serve our broad community of service users who live in cross-section of communities across Queens. Alongside our annual discretionary funding, which we are so grateful for this year, we are also applying for capital support to the Queensborough President Office with a total budget of $1.5 million for the front-facing project renovate the exterior of our building and lobby. The grant application will ask for $1.3 million. Founded in 2004, New York Irish Center is a Long Island City community and cultural center dedicated to serving local Irish and immigrant populations of New York City. A mission-driven organization, New York Irish Center provides critical services to seniors, families, and audiences from diverse backgrounds while supporting cross-cultural dialogue and celebrating the traditional heritage of long-standing Irish immigrant population and other communities. The center serves as a gathering place and community hub. The center is 10,000 square feet in a 4-story facility, ADH compliant, and is highly accessible location just 100 feet from the subway station, ensuring safe travel for our seniors. Within our mission, we provide free and highly subsidized space to other not-for-profits and community service organizations. This calendar year, we had 43 organizations using this space as a resource. We are open 6 days a week, all year round, and our programs range from weekly senior lunches and social engagement offerings to concerts, play readings, networking events, children's activities that showcase the rich culture of Ireland and other communities. We also serve local clients who are from diverse backgrounds and communities. True to our commitment of caring hospitality, the community is invited to be part of the vibrant cultural life of New York Irish Center. For the Centre to maintain our vital programs and services in the coming year, I'm reaching out for a support discretionary funding request of $25,000. We are a lifeline for the senior community and others. We offer access to meal service, mental and emotional support, and opportunities for social engagement. We continue to be an important resource for the community, providing frontline services. Last year, we welcomed 15,000 people through our doors, and we engaged with social service and cultural programs. Additionally, we have another 10,000 people coming through our doors to use various and other services. With our programs are for a comprehensive service for older adults, including weekly lunch program, wellness checks, weekly movie programs, weekly art classes, computer and technology classes, tax filing support, library services, and outings. We are privileged to own our own building in Long Island City thanks to the cross-section of community support, and in 2017 we successfully paid off our mortgage. Our projected budget for FY26 is $750,000. We thank you for your renewed and, if possible, increased support of funding as we maintain our centre and activities all year long. In addition, I invite each of you to come to visit us in our work and location. I'm also happy to come to your district offices to meet your staff. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
George, are you going to be applying to the council as well for capital, or
this year? No, we're just going to be just this grant.
Okay,
yeah,
got it.
absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Queens Library. President Walcott.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Dennis Walcott, and I'm the President and CEO of the Queens Public Library. I'm here to say thank you to the Borough President, to the Borough President's team, to our council members, community boards, to the Speaker for all your support to the Queens Public Library. Just want to take a couple of seconds to really talk about some of the things that we've been doing this past year. And really, quite frankly, the Borough President knows about it because he's been at almost all the events that we have done with our ribbon cuttings and our services we're providing. And I want to say a big thank you for everything. I was just saying to Helen that we're expanding our Queens baby card initiative as well, beyond Elmhurst Hospital, where we give out baby library cards, to Flushing Hospital, now Jamaica Hospital as well. It's just talking to Queens Hospital Center about doing that. We've had our mobile pantry distribution, where we've been out at different libraries with the Food Bank of New York City, distributing food to the residents who are there. We've expanded our services, as you know, as a result of budget cuts. We've been on a hiring spree over the last several months in hiring new librarians and staff, making sure we're able to staff our buildings. And we're about to open up our new sites as well as other sites that we've opened this past year. Bay Terrace being the most recent. We did a groundbreaking at Arvern. We're finalizing our deal with Court Square as well as Lefrak City as well. Lefrak City, we're 90% done with our design. Court Square, we've been in design as well. We're working on the final details of our lease, so we have those libraries in the offing as well. We still have a capital need over the next 10 years of $413 million. Of that, 42.3 million represents the system's most urgent needs. And just as a quick reminder, excuse me, even though we've had money restored in the budget, money was still taken out of the capital budget to the tune of roughly $32 million from OMB. That's never been restored, and that was in the out years as well.
That's capital, or?
That's capital, on the capital side. So we're here to say thank you for everything that you've done and look forward to working with you. And Mr. BP, I heard you ask a question to Helen about ICE. We did our training last Tuesday with all of our managers and our lawyers, and making sure we're well prepared as far as there be visits from ICE, how we should handle it. Every manager will be contacting our legal team to make sure that they're represented and then respond accordingly.
Great. Rego Park.
Rego Park, the ribbon cutting will be, groundbreaking will be soon. It's this year where we'll be closing it down. So we're excited about that. I know the questions come up around whether we'll have an alternative site. And as we've said before, that's always difficult because that comes out of expense money. And then you have to put capital there. So we'll have our mobile trailer for Rego Park, but we'll be in conversations with our ongoing development of Rego Park.
And Richmond Hill.
Richmond Hill, again, DDC has been very active as far as next steps with Richmond Hill.
But it's fully funded, right?
Fully funded, last I heard.
Okay.
And so, and then we just put out barriers outside because some of the wall was eroding. And so we put some supports there to make sure we don't have any walls collapsing, not the facade, but walls around Richmond Hill. So Richmond Hill is fully funded.
Cambria Heights. I think there was some issues with the HVAC. Was there an issue with HVAC over the summer or something?
I mean, it may have gone down, but I haven't heard of long-term issues with.
I think
Cambria
I've
Heights.
seen like a few notices, like every once in a while in the summer, that they would have to close or something. So if you can
Not
check
with
into
other
that.
libraries, we do that.
Am I
Cambria Heights
mistaken?
doesn't-
St. Albans or
St. Albans. It might be
St. Albans.
It might
Okay.
be St. Albans. St. Albans, we did that, but then there was misinformation out there that we
Okay.
had to close for a long period of time.
Okay, right.
Because of that. That was misinformation.
Okay.
Every
But
now
their
and then we have a-
HVAC is
yeah,
good?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay.
And the one way we're working with HVAC that will be reopening shortly is Seaside. So
Okay.
Seaside, we've been doing capital investment around HVAC. So
Okay.
that's going on right now as well.
And then any status on Laurelton and Rosedale?
As far as, let me see with my little notes here, with Laurelton and Rosedale. Well, Rosedale's still the same as far as we're proceeding along DDC,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
that's the same. And then I'm about to be handed a note around Laurelton, exterior interior design, summer of 2025, with construction start early 2026.
Okay,
So it's
good.
right there.
And then Rosedale, do we know?
Rosedale is in design.
Okay.
Design completion will be spring of 2025.
Okay.
So
good.
that's,
All right,
and
good.
so then with construction start roughly the end of 2025.
I wanted you to look at Baisley
Yep.
too.
Baisley, we're in design.
What are we doing in Baisley?
Baisley, remember it came up last year.
Yeah.
Lisa and I were talking about that and it came up here last year.
Yeah.
We're doing like the second floor. It's not a huge floor. And so we're in design and
So I want you
construction
to think
starts
about
2025.
is it feasible to think about expansion, being that we got a rezoning coming up in Jamaica?
We're up to talking about that. As you know, though, if we start something new, we don't want to stop what's in
Okay.
existence.
Okay.
And
Right,
so
it's
I
going to
think
take a while anyway.
that's something we should talk about in one of our meetings
Right.
because,
And
yeah.
right. And you may want to think about possibility of a new library, period. And sort of, I think the mayor had talked about in the state of the city doing like housing and then libraries.
So we've been in
So
deep
Baisley
conversations.
would be a site I
Potential.
would definitely be interested in on that.
Also, we're talking to City Hall about the potential at Rochdale as well.
Rochdale, same thing.
Because
Absolutely.
Rochdale is a
Makes a lot of
natural,
sense.
it
Yep.
fits into
Mhm,
what the mayor has been talking about
Mhm.
and our need as well. Part of our challenge with each library
Mhm.
is that, as you know, that if we start something new, then we
Right.
have to be careful. And so we've been doing very deep analysis with City Hall
Rochdale, I
as
love.
far as the existing projects that may be in the offing and not stopping those projects. So that's the balancing act we've been doing. But
South
Rochdale-
Hollis too?
South Hollis hasn't come up in that conversation at all as far as the.
All right, those were two I would be interested in. Like
Okay, so we should talk
Rochdale,
about-
definitely. That just
Rochdale
makes
is
a
the
lot of
natural.
sense. It's a
Rochdale is a
natural.
natural. Baisley we can talk about. South Hollis has not, to my knowledge, come up. Has
No.
Hollis? Yeah, but not around housing though. No, not with the co-partnership around
So they're
housing.
designed for South Hollis already or not?
I think it's in their.
It's in there. Okay, got
Front
it.
end
'Cause I'm
ground.
very interested. Is that funded? Is that project fully funded or no?
I think so. We'll double check and get back to you. I think so, because that was a while ago, so.
Okay.
And then don't forget about Hollis as
Right,
well. So
right,
Hollis
right.
is
The Hollis
definitely
was
off and
full-
running.
right,
That's
right.
off and running.
Okay. All right, those are all my questions. Oh, Queensbridge. I brought that up. last week,
Queensbridge. I have Queensbridge right
too. I
here.
definitely, yeah,
Oh, Queensbridge?
Queensbridge.
Oh, you're talking about the
Queensbridge.
tech center.
The tech.
I'm thinking of something
Is it
else.
really a tech center?
Yeah.
And it needs
We need more
TLC.
support. Yeah, we need TLC.
That is a huge priority
Okay.
to me.
So we should talk about that then. TLC definitely for Queensbridge. Yeah.
Yes,
Because as you know, we did Ravenswood and
Right.
we
beautiful.
ramped up Ravenswood.
But we got to get
So now
Queensbridge up to
Queensbridge.
par.
Fine. Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
All
Thank
right.
you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Following up on that.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
Okay, bye-bye.
Flushing Council on the Arts. Flushing Town Hall.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks so much for the opportunity to testify today. I'm Sammy Bouchame's Deputy Director of Flushing Town Hall. As many of you know, we present the most diverse and culturally relevant arts programming in the city. We reflect the many cultural backgrounds of Queens communities through our music, dance, theater, and visual arts programming. We educate youth and senior citizens through our arts education programs led by master tradition bearers from around the globe. And we support local artists and small organizations through our arts services programs, including regrants and professional development. I'm here today with a capital request. We're requesting $2 million to perform a complete restoration of Flushing Town Hall's landmark front portico. This gorgeous wooden structure dating to 1862 is one of our most defining architectural features, but it is now unfortunately rotting from the inside. Water is seeping in underneath the roof because of the decay of the woodwork and coming down through the columns, causing them to decay and rot. Weathering by sun and wind is affecting the exterior. And we've been patching and maintaining it for decades, but it needs a more complete solution that will restore it to its former glory and ensure that it lasts for generations. And you all here can help us cement that legacy. Our request of $2 million will be going to the Borough President, City Council, and the Department of Cultural Affairs, $1 million to the Borough President, $500,000 to the City Council, and $500,000 to the administration. We believe the project will be able to be completed in a few years because of its limited scope, and we look forward to welcoming you to the ribbon cutting. Brief update on existing projects. Our elevator overhaul is complete except for a few final details. Thanks for former funding from you guys. Should be closed soon. HVAC also fully funded thanks to you guys, and is moving towards bidding this year. Restrooms is on hold because the portico is a bigger priority for us. Our other request really to everybody is the mayor just added 5 new CIGs at a baseline of $600,000 each, but Flushing Town Hall doesn't even have that baseline level. So we're asking to restore all of the funding from fiscal 25 to the budget and also to baseline the funding to the cultural groups. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Good to see you. All right, we're going to Saya.
Hello. Good morning. Good to see you all. My name is Sonia Sisodia. I'm the Executive Director of South Asian Youth Action, SIA. I've been proud to lead the organization for over 10 years now. SIA is respectfully requesting $5 million in fiscal year 2026 for capital funding from the Queensborough President. These funds will be directed towards the acquisition of land and construction of a new state-of-the-art community center located in Elmhurst, Queens. The total cost of this project is estimated to be $20 million. We have already identified a potential space, and are in early conversations with the owner. We think it's vitally important for us to stay in Central Queens, as we have students and young people who come to SIA from all over Queens. So we really want to be close to access points of public transportation, subway, subway and bus lines. As I think all of you know, SIA has been serving the Queens community for close to 3 decades. We have been sometimes quietly, but very adamantly committed to really centering our young people throughout the borough. We serve more than 4,000 young people every year through our programming at 10 schools and our existing community center. We have been renting space from the Newtown Presbyterian Church since we were founded almost 30 years ago. We currently have about 3,500 square feet of space, which includes offices and classrooms. And additionally, we have a gym. The space is quite outdated. And we think that, and we've been renting for all these years. We think it's time for SIA to move to the next phase of our history to best serve Queens. And from my history, SIA has never received any capital funding. So we are really hoping that we can get your commitment today, or this cycle for $5 million towards the project.
And you'll be requesting from the council as well?
We will be requesting from the
Okay,
council, yes.
Towards the 5 million? Or
We're
for
hoping
acquisition?
that you can put in 5 million and that the council would also put in on top of that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank
for your
you.
testimony. All right, we're going virtual. Althea Johnson, Lighthouse Elementary.
Thank you. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning, Borough President and team. My name is Althea Johnson. I'm the current principal of the Lighthouse Elementary School in 27Q106. I'm here this morning to petition the council and the Borough President for a technology grant in the sum of $160,000 for a technology upgrade for mobile smartboards and laptops. The Lighthouse Elementary is a beacon of hope for so many families in our community, and we are a Title I school where over 98% of our students rely on free lunch. Every day, our students walk through our doors facing challenges that many of their peers across the borough will never know. Yet they arrive eager, determined, and full of potential, but potential alone is not enough. While our students possess incredible potential and resilience, they're being shortchanged by inequities in funding that leave them without the critical tools necessary to succeed in today's digital world. Without access or without quality access to modern technology, our students are at risk of falling further behind in an increasingly digital world. Since the beginning of the school year, not every classroom in the Lighthouse Elementary has a working smartboard, and the ones that do work are not 100% optimal with all functions operational. In addition to that, at school, often we have to share devices when we're doing computer-based testing. So we have to share the devices across classrooms for our online assessments. And many students also do not have devices at home, which means they are unable to fully participate in a pivot to remote, as well as participate fully in 21st century learning. In a world where technology is the foundation of education, career readiness, innovation, these gaps are not just unfair, they're unacceptable. This technology upgrade grant would be transformative, and it would mean fully functional smart boards in every classroom, allowing the teachers to deliver engaging, high-quality lessons. It is a critical resource that would also empower our teachers to engage their students with innovative methods and allow them to compete on a level playing field with their peers in better funded schools. More importantly, for students, it will give them access to devices that open up a world of possibilities, such as coding, research, digital collaboration, and more. This will provide them with the tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and open the doors to STEM careers, digital literacy, and 21st century skills. This would also provide an opportunity for our students to compete with their peers in better funded schools and build the skills they need to succeed in technology. This is not just an equipment, or this is not just about equipment. Yes, I will. It is my firm belief that together we can bridge the digital divide and ensure that every student, no matter their zip code, has the chance to dream, achieve, and thrive. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Well, we're going to do this because I don't have a choice. My wife graduated from PS 106.
I know, thank you.
So I don't have a choice. So we'll do the full 160. Also, we will have updates for you on your new building. I'm being briefed by School Construction Authority, I think in a few weeks.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it.
Yes. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations on your new school.
Thank you.
All righty. All right. Thank you. All righty. Next, we'll go to Matthew Brownstein.
Yes, Brownstein. Thank you very much. And just want to appreciate the time, Borough President Richards and the rest of the team. I also want to just make a quick shout out to Principal Johnson. So I'm the new principal at PS 290, and I've got our parent coordinator, Joanne Lawson, has been to your school and always raves about it. So at some point I'll follow up with you and learn some more from you. So I'm here this morning virtually to talk a little bit about our a proposal for capital enhancements to our school. We were fortunate enough to receive a grant last year to support the construction of a playground facility, in which we're currently in the process of working on and designing. One of the things that we're looking to support access to at the elementary school in Ridgewood, which we're Title I school as well, is we want to give our scholars access to opportunities to build some fluency and technical expertise with instruments. We know successful people in high school, in college, and beyond. And one of the hallmarks, not only is it learning to read, not only is it building some traditional academic success, but it's also building some success through their expression in arts, music, and in sports. And in particular, in elementary school, you see across New York City scholars having access to music especially, but it's happening outside of school. And so we want to create that opportunity within school. We've partnered with Education Through Music, who brings in a staff member to work in small groups with students around an instrument of their choice. And now what we need is the space in order to do it. We currently have 2 locker rooms on the 5th floor of our building that is better suited for a middle school student. And these locker rooms currently are really being used as storage. And that's the cue for me to wrap up. We're looking to renovate the locker rooms, take out the lockers, take out the benches so that they're more suitable for instruction, and in particular, a space for scholars to get small group instrumental instruction. We're asking for $50,000 to make that renovation happen. And we know that not only will our school benefit from this, but given that we're on a shared campus, our PS 277 colleagues can also use that space, whether it's for instrumental work or for small group instruction.
Okay, and you've priced all of this out with the School Construction Authority? Yes. Okay. And what's the status of the playground? I know we put 750,000 towards it.
Yes, thanks again for that. We had a conversation with SCA in the fall, and now we're actually waiting on a visit from someone to bring a proposed plan and to meet with our executive board of the PTA. So we're we're in that process of designing and making it happen.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right, next we'll go to Valerie Green, Dance Entropy. Valerie Green.
Hi there.
Hello.
Okay, you could see me and hear me. Great. So good afternoon. My name is Valerie Green. I am the artistic director of Dance Entropy, founded in 1998 and Green Space in 2005. So hello to you, Borough President Richards and your esteemed colleagues. Thank you for having me. I'm also an alumni of the General Assembly and a member of the not-for-profit committee network that you have. So we are a dance not-for-profit located in Long Island City, and I'd like to just share about what we do in case you know all our programming. So we have a studio that offers affordable, quality rehearsal space to all kinds of dance makers. We have 2 performance programs, Take Root, Fertile Ground, that offers opportunities to all kinds of dance makers. And we have a residency program called DIG, which nurtures younger artists with mentorship throughout the year. All these programs are designed to nurture and uplift artists, dance artists of all kinds, as well as create community connection and growth. There is also a professional dance company. We perform all over New York City, but our focus is in our home base of Queens. So we bring dance to public spaces, theaters, museums, community centers, parks, in the hopes of making dance more visible and accessible to our community. Last, we have a robust outreach program. We work bringing dance to the schools in New York City, older adult centers in Queens, as well as a mental health program that often partners with other Queens not-for-profits, social service organizations. And as we know, the mental health piece is very important these days. I'd like to add that we are Queens's only dedicated dance organization and venue, and we serve over 8,000 annually across all ages, cultures, and sectors. And in time with the bell, say we respectfully request $10,000 to support artist fees to give these valuable programs to the community. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for your testimony. Right, next we'll go to Sierra Kraft, Immigrant Children Advocates Relief Effort, ICARE.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, Queensborough President Richards, for the opportunity to speak this morning. My name is Sierra Kraft, and I'm the Executive Director of ICARE. We are a coalition of legal service organizations dedicated to providing free legal representation to unaccompanied immigrant children facing deportation in New York City. And as a member of the Queens Nonprofit Network, I want to thank you for your support in the Queens nonprofit community. Today, I'm here to respectfully request an expense funding request of $5,000 for ICARE's centralized legal referral program. This is a vital system that serves over 500 young immigrants in Queens every year. This program centralizes and streamlines the process for unaccompanied immigrant children requesting legal services. It also reduces the duplication for our 5 legal service providers and connects youth to critical community and social services. Queens is one of the most diverse boroughs in the city, is home to many immigrant youth we serve, and many of these young people are fleeing violence, instability, and exploitation in search of safety and opportunity. And they depend on timely and skilled legal representation to navigate our complex immigration and family court systems. Many of them are eligible for special immigrant juvenile status, this form of relief that provides a pathway to permanency, work authorization, and a green card, but it's only available until their 21st birthday. So it's essential that we identify and process their cases as quickly as possible. And our centralized referral program ensures that immigrant youth in Queens and beyond are matched with qualified attorneys who specialize in these cases and make sure the cases are handled efficiently. So studies show that without an attorney, young immigrants only have about a 15% chance of winning their case, but with the support of ICARE attorneys, their success rate exceeds over 90%. So in Queens, the demand for legal support continues to grow, and the funding levels are just not sufficient to meet the needs. So we ask you to invest in our referral program, and just want to thank you for your time.
Thank you. Are you seeing an increase, of course, in cases?
Yes, absolutely. These policies that target adults leads to increased family separation at the border, parents having to make the difficult choice to send their children on their own. So we're definitely seeing an increase.
Okay. Please circle back with me after this meeting. We should schedule some time.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Thank you.
Will do.
Thank you. All right. Next, we're going to Women for Afghan Women, Suzanne Antolin.
Good morning. My name is Susan Antlin, and I'm the Executive Director of Women for Afghan Women. Our New York Community Center is the only social service organization dedicated to serving the Afghan community in Queens, as well as South Asian, Arab, and other Muslim immigrant communities across the borough. First, I want to thank the Queens Borough Board and the New York City Council for your steadfast support over the past 11 years. Your partnership has been vital in enabling us to provide culturally sensitive services to our community. We respectfully request $200,000 in expense funding and $2 million in capital projects to meet the increasing needs of Afghan and other underserved immigrant communities in Queens. The past few years have been an extraordinarily challenging time for the Afghan community and a period of growth for our organization. Following the 2021 crisis in Afghanistan, we welcomed thousands of Afghan evacuees seeking refuge, many of whom resettled in Queens to rebuild their lives. We provided immediate and long-term support, including the distribution of essential items, food, clothing, and cash assistance. Today, we continue to support these individuals and families with a wide range of services, including social services, immigration legal assistance, education programs, employment support, and culturally sensitive mental health services. In 2024, our expanded team of 18 staff members fluent in 6 different languages delivered nearly 3,540 case management and legal services to over 1,100 clients, provided educational services to 141 adults and youth, and supported 32 seniors. Our impact is clear. Women for Afghan Women is a lifeline for low-income immigrant and refugee families in our city. With over 20 years of experience serving the community in Queens, we have earned the trust of our clients to meet their needs. With your continued support, we can sustain and expand these vital services, ensuring that New York remains a place of opportunity and hope for all its residents. Once again, Women for Afghan Women respectfully request $2.2 million in capital and expense funding for our community center in Queens. Your support is crucial to helping underserved immigrant New Yorkers and newly arrived families rebuild their lives and thrive. Thank you for your partnership, time, and consideration today.
Thank you. And you'll be asking, are you going to also be applying to the delegation for capital as well?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay.
Yes. Do you have the division of what the request will be for board president and one for council?
$2 million for borough president. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All righty, Seth Bornstein, QEDC.
Great.
I
Thank
thought
you very much.
Retired.
I'm sorry?
I thought you retired.
June
Oh,
30th.
June 30th. Oh,
You-
okay.
you-
Oh,
I'm
so-
stuck- You're stuck with
oh,
me for
sorry.
another 5 months.
Sorry, I was, never, 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 never.
Yes, I am retiring at the end of June, and I'm bringing with me Ben Gutman is here. Ben will be the new director of Queens Economic Development. It's exciting to be here. The last time in, I don't know, 1979, I think I started doing these hearings as a small child. But you know what we do. Queens EDC has been around. We've held the course for many years, helping people start and grow their small business through many programs. Neighbor development, a commercial kitchen. We have new programs, reentry for formerly incarcerated. And most importantly, I think, to the borough president's office, we help the office in administratively making sure funding gets to who needs it for events that you do. I'll pass through. Iraq is my best friend, Ebony. Everybody here will work with at some point, and I want to assure you that will continue through the new director. But I've asked Ben to come with me because after July 1st, he'll be fiscal year 26, not me.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you to the board. So for fiscal year 2026, for the discretionary funding application, we have requested $25,000 in funding for these programs. Small business assistance, providing entrepreneurship training. This includes business planning workshops and seminars and individual business counseling in the areas of planning, operations, marketing, and finance. Graffiti-free Queens, keeping Queens graffiti-free through the quick elimination of any graffiti in local communities. This includes all types of graffiti and defacement cleaned through our rapid response deployment program. QEDC takes direction from the council person, and most cases have the sites cleaned within 48 hours. Tourism and marketing, promoting the borough's many cultural, recreational, and culinary attractions through events, advertising, and marketing through the Queens Tourism Council. Our new program, reentry programs, working with witness to mass incarceration, we will be providing the formerly incarcerated with the skills necessary to start a business. This year, in the inaugural year, we are focusing on tailoring and food businesses. The Entrepreneur Space Commercial Kitchen Incubator, which is now in our 16th year, we've helped over 500 people seeking to start small food businesses. Some have gone on to great success. The cost of operating the incubator have continued to increase through the last year, and we have not received any public sector support. This must be rectified if we are to continue providing this resource. And then finally, the last program is Corona Plaza. Since 2024, QEDC has managed the vendor market in this immigrant community so that all vendors operate legally in a safe and clean environment. This has been done without any public sector funding. The DOT is on notice that unless we are given a contract that includes more hours, additional vendors, and funding by March 31st, our operations there will need to cease. I know you have been a strong advocate for Plaza and appreciate all your efforts so we may continue and truly make a model program. Thanks to you and your staff.
Thank you. And I want to congratulate Seth seriously on all the work you've done and leaving Queens better than you found it. And I really want to thank you for defending immigrant communities in Corona when we needed you. And it means a lot to us. It means a lot to the borough. And the work of your organization and the work you've done has not gone unnoticed. We are working on a proposal. I do have a few dollars for the market and some other stuff that you might, I think you submitted to us. So we should have some updates after I meet with Andrew Kimball. I think that's being planned now, but we do want to see long-term sustainability here. And we are having conversations with the deputy mayor on a long-term, even a longer-term strategy here, perhaps some sponsorship, not just even just for Corona, but looking at Jamaica, looking at Flushing as well, you know, the areas where we often see a lot of complaints. So I want you to know there's work happening behind the scenes, and I hope to come back with some news from her, but certainly we hope to have some news before March 31st on the funding piece for you. So I just wanted to say that and say thank you, on behalf of the borough.
That's really important because
Yeah.
DOT is great in some people are great at DOT, others are not.
Right.
Yeah.
We remember Clash on the stairs for temporary becomes permanent.
Well, there's a lot of politics being played. There's some people who don't want to see vendors up there, and I've been very clear that they are part of our borough. They're part of the fabric of our borough. They're the hardworking immigrants whose kids are going to serve in the armed forces, who are defending our country, and they should be treated with respect. So we have work to do, and I anticipate, God willing, you know, in the new year, we should see some new leadership up there who will be more open to working towards solutions, not just law enforcement solutions, but real solutions to combating some of the issues up there. You can't incarcerate your way out of this. I could stay on a soapbox all day, as you can see, but it's really a shame
Thanks very much.
how they're being targeted.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we'll go to Jason Antos, Queens Historical Society.
Good morning, Borough President. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for hearing me today. My name is Jason Antos. I am the Executive Director at the Queens Historical Society at the Kingsland Homestead in beautiful Flushing. Kingsland Homestead will be celebrating its 250th anniversary later this year. I'm here today to request $100,000 in programming and discretionary funding Queens Historical Society provides programming on a multi-level basis for the entire borough. Programming that we do includes historical lectures on the history of all of the neighborhoods of Queens. This year, we will be hosting the Matinecock Native Americans from Little Neck, who will be discussing their beautiful history here in the borough. Queens Historical Society has been around since 1968. In the past several years, we have successfully participated with the CASA and SUCASA programming, which has been a very big success for us. Since I became executive director in 2021, we started up with our tours of all of the neighborhoods, various neighborhoods, including Flushing, Corona, St. Albans, Asley Park. And I also brought on the first licensed New York City tour guides who speak Spanish as well as Mandarin, all right, to provide a bigger scope for historical awareness in Queens. Other programs that we provide at Queens Historical Society that are a necessity are programming educational to public school children. We provide tours of the property. It is one of the last British colonial farmhouses in existence in Queens. It was moved to its current location there in 1968. It was 2 miles down Northern Boulevard, cut in half, and then reassembled at Weeping Beach Park, which is home to the Weeping Beach, the first Weeping Beach in North America. And the Queens Historical Society, the Kingsland Homestead, is the first landmark structure in Queens. So we hope that with this help, we can continue our mission that we have been doing for almost 6 decades now to spread awareness of the history of our amazing borough. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Right, next, we'll hear from the Museum of the Moving Image, Austin Smith. Thank you for hosting us Saturday.
Of course. Hopefully I still have some of that Ebony Young energy from Saturday.
I don't think she had coffee this morning. She's been too tamed on this days.
Got it. Well, good morning. Thank you to the members of the committee and the borough president for hosting me and us today. My name is Austin. I'm here on behalf of Museum of the Moving Image, located in beautiful Astoria. For over 30 years, we've celebrated the art, history, technology, and culture behind all things moving image. But we're more than just that. We're one of the best repertory cinemas in New York City, in a city full of great repertory cinema spaces. We're an incubator space for the next generation of moving image professionals, filmmakers, and technologists alike. And proudly, we're an early voting site, a cooling center, and a proud partner for small businesses and community organizations throughout the borough. We've been able to do these things successfully for 30 years, but now more than ever is the time for modernization. In 2022, we launched our renovation campaign with one idea in mind. We want to be able to tell the story of the first or next 130 years of moving image history, as well as we've been able to tell the history or past 130 years of moving image history. But there are some core concerns that need to be addressed that need to be addressed before we can make that possible. Currently, the museum's climate control systems are not able to keep pace with the demands of our visitors. We're forced to close in extreme heat due to wild temperature swings in the summer. And we've also sustained damage as recently as last week due to the freezing temperatures where our pipes burst. And that's all due to the fact that over 90% of the mechanical infrastructure in our old building is way beyond its expiration date, and it's sorely in need of addressing. So I'm here today to make a $5 million capital request as a part of the museum's renovation efforts to help get this two-phase program across the finish line. And we're very appreciative of your support thus far, and hopefully this will be the last bit of capital support that we request.
Got it. All right. Thank you. And thank you for what you do. And thank you for always opening up your doors to the community.
Of course. Thank you.
Righty. Going to Larry Grubler, Transitional Services. Thanks, Tim.
Borough President, Happy New Year. And Iraq and Ebony, I want to recognize you and thank you for all of your support. I know that you've supported our supportive housing programs, specifically in the Jamaica area. And the money's gone to good use. We're hopefully going to break ground on our Archer Avenue site at the end of this year, which you've funded to the tune of $1 million. So we really appreciate it. we're creating a video from homelessness to home so that you can hear directly from the residents how you've had an impact on their lives. And I think that you're going to really appreciate that when that comes out. This year, we have a capital request to do renovations in our homes that we have for supported housing in Corona. We have 4 different sites, and we have a number of people placed in those homes already. We want to upgrade them to address safety issues, enhance energy efficiency, and ensure that consumers have a safe and functional home that improves the quality of their lives. We're celebrating our 50th year. We're servicing over 5,000 people who have a psychiatric disability. We're growing significantly over the next couple of years, and we want to make sure that the housing stock that we have is up to par. So we're really excited about this, and we're asking that to the tune of $1.4 million. We also have some discretionary requests to for the deficits that we run in 5 of our programs: the Empowerment Center, a computer lab, a counseling and crisis center, a bookstore, which you're very familiar with, and a Color My World art program. All of that comes out to about $369,538. I really appreciate you allowing me to present today, but more importantly, I really appreciate you all showing up to our events and supporting us. It is felt by both me, the staff, and the consumers. So thank you.
Thank you. Will you also be applying to the delegation? Is this your full capital ask?
Yes, we will.
You will be. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Can't wait to talk about Creedmoor more.
Yes, I'll be on the meeting on Thursday night.
All right. Perfect. All right. Thank you. All right. Richard, Old Astoria Neighborhood Association.
Richard, you're going to mute yourself.
Okay. Here I am. Thank you, Borough President, for allowing me to speak and make this request for budgeting. We appreciate your help through the years. And I just wanted to advise that the Old Astoria Neighborhood Association, which I represent, is a 501c3 nonprofit formed in 2014 with nonprofit status approved in 2015. We're based on or near the Western Queens waterfront. Our mission statement is as follows: promote communications between residents and city agencies, private business, developers, charities, and elected officials, promote local business environment for economic growth and reinvestment, enhance the cultural health of the area, both in artistic achievement and promotion, and work to identify quality of life issues and advocate for solutions. ONA aims to accomplish its mission by arranging and facilitating presentations, workshops, town halls for the Astoria community. We invite government officials, agencies, private institutions, and local residents and businesses to address issues of local interest. ONA will provide its services to the benefit of residences, business owners of properties that are located within the borders. Some issues we've addressed include advocating for, with other stakeholders, for the New York City ferry landing and its direct extension to the Upper East Side, the start of street cleaning in the neighborhood, creation of school safety zones, and other important traffic measures. We're also we're heavily involved in outreach and recommendations regarding the bus lane on 21st Street. We also advocate for investment. Current projects include the creation of an arts district on the Astoria waterfront. We've secured support of local electeds from AOC and private institutions like Wildflower Studios. Astoria is becoming a residence of choice for artists throughout the region, and institutes like Socrates Sculpture. Well, thank you. I'd like to say that we are asking for
We love Astoria.
Yeah. Thank you so
much. All the good food, especially.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you, Richard. We got your testimony.
Okay, great. Okay.
We'll go to Bridget McBrien, the Jewish Board of Family and Children Services.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me this morning. You may know that the Jewish Board is a community mental health provider located primarily in Rego Park for the Queens Borough, but citywide we're one of the largest mental health organizations, especially for very young children or for teens with severe mental illness. So you may know the Jewish Board, who we serve is all New Yorkers right now. Despite in strength of our name, the Regal Park community has a counseling center where we serve about 1,800 Queens residents. Throughout the borough, we serve 2,500. We also have programming for domestic violence. We have a Queens shelter, supportive housing, family supports through an ACS contract and through family therapies, a youth ACT team, which is for youth with, again, living in crisis, a mental health crisis, and school-based mental health clinics, all of which are detailed in my testimony. What we're asking for today and for your help in is a $20,000 discretionary expense allocation towards the Jewish Board Social Work Residency Program. You may know behavioral health right now, the workforce is severely challenged, especially for a community mental health organization competing against private therapy organizations. We've been really challenged with keeping up with waiting lists, keeping up with the mental health crisis, and especially serving the youth that severely need our help. So our social work residency program is in its third year, and that allocation would go towards training costs and not staff time, as I know you're confined to that type of allocation. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for the work you do. Next, we'll go to David. Andromeda Community Initiative.
Hi, thank you, Borough President. It's a privilege to be in front of you today on behalf of the Andromeda Community Initiative, which is our Long Island City-based workforce development programming that works to give free construction training to individuals coupled with career counseling and job development. We appreciate your prior support to us, your visiting our program, your support in helping us do a job fair. Have been really wonderful, and we look forward to continued partnership. Today, we're requesting a $5,000 expense funding to help us support our continued and expanded training. As you're aware, the goal is Andromeda Community Initiative is to work with people who are overcoming barriers, who are looking to thrive and grow by helping them obtain careers in construction. And we do two different kinds of construction training, one in masonry and general construction, and the other one in green and energy efficiency construction. Was recently recognized when Governor Hochul and Senator Chuck Schumer were at our site. You were there as well. And it was a pleasure to see you all there and to recognize our program, which does everything from internships, job placement, hands-on training from credible messengers, advanced skill training when people go on and get their certifications. We want them to come back and have living wage jobs. Since we've been in existence, we served over 1,000 people. 24% of the people we served last year were from Queens. We're doing a lot of recruitment here in the Long Island City area, particularly from the public housing that is here. And your support will really allow us to continue this work. So we thank you very much, and we look forward to hopefully your support and continued partnership.
Thank you, and thank you for what you're doing. Are you keeping up also with the One LIC plan?
Yes, we are.
All right, good, because there's a lot of potential opportunities there. Okay, cool.
Thank you
so much. All right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Nanda Kumar.
Yeah. Good morning, Honorable Queensborough President Donovan Richards and members of the committee. My name is Nanda Kumar, and I'm the Secretary Trustee of Sri Shirdi Sai Baba Temple located in Flushing. Our temple is an interfaith center following the teachings of Sai Baba, who believed humanity is above all religions. One of his teaching was that no person should be ever be left unfed. He said that the gift to hungry is the noblest of all gifts. It was this exact teaching that has been leading our organization from its inception as well. When our organization started in Queens, we started at a humble residential basement in 1988. As neighborhood started to enthrone with more people, we started our operation as well. We started serving the community with the essential from late 1990s making sure that Baba's teaching of no one staying hungry is incorporated in Queens as well. Since this time, we made sure that anyone who walks in through the door can receive nutritious vegetarian meal 3 times a day for every day of the year. Our organization was based on the thought that no one who is seeking food should have to conform to a specific time only once or twice a day to find food. We also allow anyone to come in, sit for their meal, as well as take the food as a takeout. Since the pandemic, we have seen a dramatic increase in food demand as food insecurity is on the rise as well. However, in many instances, this food is per the standards that the community needs. To mitigate the situation, we make sure that food is cooked every day for 3 times a day. This way, those who come to eat should receive both healthy and nutritious meal. Additionally, we make sure that food includes all types of nutrition, from protein to vegetable, and from carbohydrates to fruits. Everything is included in those meals. Additionally, our organization provides various meditation services to the community free of charge, with a focus on bettering mental health for the individuals throughout the city. We know that this has a significant impact in the community. Flushing, which lacks soup kitchens, has the closest soup kitchen in Corona, which is why we continue to see many of our new immigrant neighbors come to our soup kitchen for meals. They also appreciate the fact that they can receive the meal regardless of being asked about their identity. With your continued support of $5,000 expense funding, we hope that our work will continue and we will continue to serve the community to meet their basic needs for a healthy, nutritious meal. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you. All right, next we'll hear from Garden of Hope. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, President, for the opportunity to testify today. And my name is Amy Tai, and I'm the Deputy Director of Garden Hope, a nonprofit organization that has been serving the diverse communities of Queens for over 20 years. And we specialize in providing linguistically and culturally competent services to the AAPA community, particularly focused on Chinese population. And our organization provides trauma-informed victim services for survivors of domestic violence, sexual assaults, human trafficking, hate violence, and other forms of trauma. We offer support across all age groups, and we ensure both immediate and long-term recovery. We also offer a mental health counseling center that help break down the stigma, language barriers, and mistrust that often prevent AAPA community from receiving services. In fact, study shows that like 20.8% of Asian adults sought mental health treatment in 2020. So that kind of show the needs of our services. And in addition, we have a youth center in Flushing open Monday to Friday that provide after-school activities, leadership training, empowerment initiative, and our holistic support services also include ESL classes, food pantry, housing support, job training, case management. And we just want to make sure community members have access to the comprehensive care that we provide. And over the past year, we supported over 1,000 survivors. And for our youth center, we engage nearly 240 youth and children on a monthly basis. And it just showed that our work is crucial in Queens. And we just asked for request discretionary expense funding that will allow us to expand our youth development programs by training 20 additional youth ambassadors. And it just helped us to plan workshops, mentoring, and family support services. Thank you for your leadership, your time.
For the work you do. Thank you. Ms. Cato, Queens World Film Festival.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, good morning, and thank you to the borough president and to the deputy borough president and to everybody else, and Susie and Phil and Michael and Iraq and Fanny and everybody else and Khalil for recognizing.
Hanging out around here too long.
I try, for recognizing that now is not the time to put our cameras down
Yep.
and for supporting the power of the arts and our storytellers, especially in these very, very challenging times. Queens World Film Festival is a 501c3, a proud member of the Queensborough President's nonprofit network, and we are celebrating 15 years of screening incredible work from around the world and around the corner. So far, we have screened 1,979 films, with 274 of those coming from Queens and all 98 nations. Just this last April in 2024, we screened 152 films from 19 nations, and 111 of those filmmaking teams came to New York. The restaurants in our neighborhood during that 13-day run claimed a 20% increase in revenue, which clearly speaks to our impact on the economy. But Queens World is more than a festival. We run year-round with programs designed to develop the voices of our emerging filmmakers and to build the future of storytelling. Through our listening tour, we have interviewed 159 Queens residents about hope and resilience, and all of those videos are archived at the Queens Memory Project, the Queens Library in Queens. Through our Festival Associate program and our Young Filmmakers program, over 400 young people have gained hands-on experience in filmmaking. They know how to collaborate effectively. They know how to finish something, and they will now thrive on set in front of and behind the camera. And this is where we need your help. We need $1,500 in expense funding to ensure that 5 more emerging creatives can be paid to participate in our program so that they will be available when these new studios who are building production facilities in Queens can not only bring jobs, but hire people here in Queens. Sharing our stories is how we recapture our ability to heal and survive. And I want to thank you for making sure that all of us have that opportunity.
Thank you. Good
Thank
to
you.
see you.
Good to see you.
All righty, Julia Douglas, Venture House.
Okay. Good morning, President Richards, colleagues. Thank you for this time to allow us to explain our capital needs. My name is Juliette Douglas. I'm CEO of Venture House. We are a member of the Queensborough President Nonprofit Network, and we use a unique approach to mental illness known as the Clubhouse model, which is rooted in the concept that working is restorative. Our mission is to help people who are living with serious mental illness to recover through access to housing, employment, education, civic engagement, and the arts. We have been in Jamaica, Queens for 37 years, serving over 2,000 members with an average daily attendance of 120 people. Under the Adams administration, investment and the expansion of Clubhouse services across New York City, we will be increasing our levels of service and capacity dramatically. Now, we all know that over half the population of people who are experiencing homelessness have a mental illness that's been undiagnosed, untreated, unattended. We also know that those same people, when given access to resources and opportunity, can make a substantial positive impact on their communities. At Venture House, we help people to find their strengths by inviting them to work side by side with our staff to run daily operations, everything from admissions to program planning and development to cooking and preparing meals and serving. Our members are involved in decision-making at every level of the organization, including hiring our staff and serving on our board of directors. So those people you may walk by in the streets, in the subways, in the terminals, when they come into Venture House, they're making policy with us. Also, Venture House has an essential role in meeting the goals of the DSRIP initiative, which is to reduce Medicaid spending by 25%. How do we do that? By a psychiatrist might manage medication, write a prescription, and not see that patient for several weeks or months. At Venture House, we have our eyes and ears open to that individual on a regular basis. We know when they are doing well. We know when they are struggling. We know that we can avert avoidable psychiatric hospitalizations and unnecessary emergency room visits by connecting them with needed resources in real time. We are now in a situation of needing to expand our membership, and which is happening at a very quick pace. And what we need is space. The good news is that our clubhouse is situated adjacent to two available and accessible properties. Our goal is to break through the walls in both directions and acquire that space. We're currently negotiating a lease on one side for a few square feet over there. We hope to purchase the two-story structure on the other side to get the space that we need. We need $5 million to accomplish our goal, and I assure you it is the biggest bang for your buck, but because a full year of clubhouse membership is equal to the cost of a mere 2 weeks in a psychiatric bed. As always, we invite everybody with an interest to have a tour of our facility, because when you get up close and personal with those who have been stigmatized, marginalized, and even feared, you learn of our shared underlying humanity. Thank you for the
$5 million
time.
is going towards acquisition, or what is the $5 million for?
The acquisition of the property on the right and the necessary capital expenses to build out the space on the left to suit our needs, which requires plumbing and HVAC and so forth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Jay Rogers, Queens Theater.
All right. Good morning. My name is Jay Rogers. I'm the general manager at Queens Theater. Katha just name checked everybody I was going to, so that. Today, I am here to update you on the status of our ongoing capital projects. We will also request expense funding this year, but I've only got 2 minutes. So let's focus our attention on the long-term, big picture projects that will ensure Queens Theater's continuing ability to provide world-class performing arts to the world's borough. Today, we are advocating for $10 million in capital funding between the Borough President's Office, the City Council, and the mayoral administration towards the renovation and modernization of the Claire Schulman Theater. This project has been in gestation for more than a decade now, a comprehensive modernization involving new lighting, sound, and rigging systems, a new stage deck, and a new audience chamber layout with an emphasis on accessibility and flexibility. At one point, we had considered this project fully funded until the more immediately pressing need of installing a new boiler system took precedence. The incoming bids for the boiler project were nearly 4 times the city's original estimate, necessitating a transfer of funds to move the project forward and ensure our building will remain heated next winter. The contracts for that project were awarded this past fall, and on-site work is expected to begin this spring. With that in mind, our request this year seeks to restore that funding to the Claire Schulman Theater project, as well as an increased contingency to address the escalating costs that will likely mirror those that we've already encountered on the boiler project. We've already done considerable work towards scope development, so once the funding is allocated and complete, we'll have what we need to move forward. I've been appearing at these hearings since 2012, advocating for this project, and we have been able to complete significant upgrades to our lobby, our public restrooms, and dressing room facilities as part of the overarching plan with the generous support of the offices represented today. I would really love to be able to talk about something else soon. We have a lot of other needs and needs to continue enhancing our facility, ensuring its durability, including the architectural lighting project that was partially funded last year. That project needs another $2 million to proceed, but our priority right now is the Schulman Theater and restoring it to the jewel piece of the performing arts in Queens it deserves to be. Thank you.
Got it. And we had put 2.2 million towards the theater renovation. So is that accounted for in the 10 mil or the cost escalated?
Cost escalation.
Escalation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there will be further, that 10 million will be split between the 3 entities.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Nathaniel Pazik, New York Blood Center.
Good morning. Thank you, Borough President and colleagues, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Nate Pazik, and I am the Fund Development Director at the New York Blood Center. At NYBC, our mission is to provide life-saving blood products, and services that support the health and well-being of our diverse communities, our hospital partners, and the patients we serve. Today, I'm here to ask for your support in advancing this mission by investing $5,000 in expense funding to support a new blood donation center right here in neighboring Forest Hills at 10702 Queens Boulevard. It's close to Queensboro Hall. The COVID-19 pandemic demonstrated the critical importance of our donor centers, and we're investing now to prepare for future health crisis. Since the pandemic, we've seen a nearly 50% decline in youth and first-time donors due to the loss of convenient blood drives. We have also learned that most donors are only willing to travel approximately 10 minutes to donate blood. Making this civic duty convenient is vital to reversing the decline. Queens is home to one of the most diverse populations in the world. And with that comes the unique need for an equally diverse blood supply. Certain blood types are more prevalent in specific ethnic groups, and meeting those needs ensures that our local hospitals have a steady supply of life-saving blood and blood products so they can provide the care that every patient deserves. Establishing a donation center in Queens strengthens our ability to collect and deliver the blood that reflects the vibrant multicultural fabric of this wonderful borough. It's about saving lives right here where it matters most. But this isn't just about routine care. It's also about emergency preparedness. Natural disasters, public health crisis, and unexpected tragedies can all strain our healthcare system. Blood donations are a cornerstone of emergency response, and having this new well-resourced donor center in Queens ensures that we can respond quickly, effectively, and equitably in times of crisis. It will be a symbol of community resilience, providing all residents the chance to contribute to and benefit from a healthier, stronger borough. We are grateful to Queensborough President Donovan Richards Jr. for his support of our life-saving mission. Through ongoing community blood drives, general awareness efforts, your support has contributed to rebuilding our community blood supply. With your support, we can turn this vision into reality, and together we can ensure Queens leads in preparedness, provides easy access to voluntary blood donations, and strengthens community health. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do. All right, next we'll hear from Poetry. Finding Sindor, virtual.
Hello, Poetry. You can unmute yourself.
Okay. Unmuted. Okay, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon, everyone, especially the esteemed Queensborough President Donovan Richard and all the amazing staff. I'm here. My name is Putri Rangkamaniski Anono, resident of Jackson Heights, Queens, the World Borough. I'm here today to testify on behalf of the cultural and arts workforce, specifically emphasizing the significance of Kinding Sindao Heritage Foundation and Corporation, and of course, the other indigenous living tradition within the diaspora. As tradition bearers, we contribute to the vibrant tapestry of New York City's cultural heritage. Our work not only the vibrant tapestry of Queens, New York, as world cultural heritage capital. Our work not only preserves intangible cultural practices but also serves as a critical resource of mental health, well-being, and community self-esteem. Kinding Sindao is a member of Queensborough Present non-for-profit network. The Kinding Sindao artists and organizers are facilitators of this tradition, playing an essential role in fostering identity, connection, and healing in our communities. The sustainability of our efforts that we do all over Queens requires urgent support. I respectfully urge our Queensborough President, Donovan Richard, to help us in these priorities. Sustainable and equitable access to space. This includes rehearsal space, storage for invaluable indigenous instruments, hand-woven and hand-embroidered wardrobes, props essential for teaching and performance. Accessible venues for teaching and performance, a dedicated facility to pass on creative ancestral knowledge to learners and future generation. Equitable funding for salaries, artists are the backbone of cultural preservation and should be compensated fairly for their work, support for physical space facilities, a secure, accessible, and long-term venue to house and sustain these practices. The budget that Kindingsina is requesting for this fiscal year is $10,000. This action will ensure that Queensboro, the world's borough, remains a beacon of diversity, celebrating and preserving its intangible cultural heritage. Indigenous traditions like Kinding Sindao are not just performances. We are lifelines for the communities to connect with their roots and envision a stronger and more inclusive future. Thank you so much for your time and commitment to our Queensboro City, esteemed Queensboro President Donovan Richard.
Thank you, Poetry. All right, next we'll go to Visiting Neighbors Incorporated, Dr. Cynthia Mora. Forest Hills Visiting Neighbors.
Hello, Dr. Cynthia, you can unmute yourself.
There we go. I'm trying to get oh, there's the video. Sorry. Hello, thank you for the opportunity to testify. We are so proud to be part of Queens and also part of the network that, Borough President, you've been so supportive behind, and it's amazing to meet our fellow colleagues that are doing great work in this community. Forest Hills Visiting Neighbors was born out of Village Visiting Neighbors, which is a program which was started in 1972, going strong, going into 53rd year of keeping seniors as independent, active, healthy, informed, and connected to others, and part of our community, and letting them know that they're still relevant and valued. Unfortunately, most of the clients that we serve are amongst the oldest, old and often forgotten and hidden, because a lot of them are not necessarily able to get out as easily, especially when there's snow and ice, like there still is on our city streets. Our volunteers are amazing people. They represent the best of New York. They really do. They are from our youngest is now 14. We've had in Manhattan, our eldest is 92 as a volunteer, and our eldest volunteer is 79. So anyone, if they're able to do it, can do it. And basically we matchmake with seniors for companionship, moral support, being there to listen, and letting somebody know that somebody cares about them. A lot of our seniors don't have family or friends nearby. Some have family, but the family is involved with other things and really not too present in the seniors' lives, unfortunately. We become extended family. In fact, a lot of times seniors forget that we're volunteer program and that we're just their friends. And that's fine, because we are also there to hear, to understand what's going on, to be health advocates. When a senior goes into a hospital, we let the staff know somebody's watching, and you need to do that. If you don't have an advocate for yourself in a hospital, you better have one elsewhere, because mistakes happen. And not to fault hospital systems, it's just that a lot of times hospitals are overwhelmed and limited staff. But letting people know that someone is watching always makes a difference. We take walks with our seniors, we get them out, we get them chatting, we inform them. We are asking for $2,500 for support through the expense budget, and basically asking for help with supplies, things that we're putting out of pocket just to help us keep our program going. Every bit helps. But listen, anything, we would appreciate anything. We really are one of the true people. When we say we stretch every dollar, we stretch every dollar. So anything we get, we will make the most use out of. That I can promise. So I want to thank, also a shout out to Honorable Schulman. You have been amazing supporter of us, of the Forest Hills community, which is where our program is based, in Forest Hills Regal Park. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every bit helps. And may you all have a friend as we age, because without friendships, really, it would have been much more difficult to get through the pandemic, and people still getting sick. So information is still important. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony and your passion.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to go to Wanda Best, Arts Transforms. Art Transforms.
Okay, can everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good morning. And good morning to Borough President Donovan and to everyone else. So Art Transforms is an organization that has existed in Southeast Queens since 2016. We provide workshops on domestic violence, understand the effects on children, and we use the creative process to help survivors process trauma. This year, we host our first annual retreat, which includes meditation, healing movement, creative arts, and inspirational speeches. We are requesting $3,000 to cover our second annual women's retreat. This year it's going to be in March 7th, 8th, and 9th at Thomas Berry Place. So we believe that given the stress of daily life and the challenges faced by victims of domestic violence, our Transforms is hosting an empowerment weekend retreat for women at Thomas Berry Place. Research indicates that retreats offer a chance to disconnect from everyday life, fostering reflection, self-discovery, and growth. This retreat will help women understand relationship abuse and family violence through activities such as meditation, healing movement, creative arts, and workshops aiming to reduce stress and improve mental clarity. Taking a break from daily responsibilities will sharpen focus and boost creativity. Combining relaxation with healthy habits such as nutritional food and exercise will benefit overall well-being. We believe that as the women are strengthened in the community, they will strengthen their families and the community. This is a much-needed retreat. We will be servicing victims of domestic violence, and our ask is $3,000. Thank you.
Thank you, Wanda. Alrighty, we're going to go to Jamel Johnson of the Roy Wilkins School, PS 136, my alma mater.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Principal Johnson, the principal of the PS 136, the Roy Wilkins School. Would like to say good morning to our former alumni, Donovan Richards, and his team. I am here to talk about our building and some upgrades that we've asked for regarding our Reso 8 projects, our Reso 8 grant. The first thing that we would like to look at in terms of an upgrade for our school is our school courtyard and our school yard. Many of our students over the years have kind of just expressed their concerns about the concrete floor and the injuries that occur every time that they're outside during recess or, if they go out for gym. It is a concrete floor, and we're looking to see if we can get padding it to be redesigned so that students can have more time to move around and express themselves outside and limit the amount of injuries that are occurring just in time for them to have recess. So we are requesting, and we have submitted in the amount of $1.5 million to do their entire schoolyard over so that students have more space to play, safer locations, and more activities that they can be engaged in while they're outside. One other request that we did put in for was for a STEM learning lab. We are trying to push STEM as our new initiative for our upcoming year, and we would like to install a STEM lab into our building. We do have a room dedicated for it. We have already spoken to tech, who has the devices and everything set up already. And all we need to do at this point would be request the amount of $257,000.86. And the reason why this would cover 3D printers, this would be covering AI software, as well as outfitting for robotics. And we really want to make this our flagship program for our building. So we're just requesting those devices as well. So right now we're looking at our STEM lab. I know we put in for a third one, so I'm just going to put that out there. We also asked for a hydroponics lab as well. So we would like to make this a part of our STEAM movement. And we graciously thank Donovan Richards for coming to our school and seeing everything that we would like to launch for the next year. And we really thank you for your time, and we thank everyone for listening to us this afternoon.
Well, I want to thank you, Principal Johnson, and I wouldn't be here if it weren't for PS 136, the way y'all nurtured me from K through 5. And actually, I talked about the scar on my hand, which is from that round. And incredible to still see and hear that many students are encountering that concrete. So I'm committing to now. Did you get these estimates from School Construction Authority?
Yes, they gave me these directly from Schools Construction Authority.
Great. So I am fully funding the playground area.
Thank you.
So
Our students thank you.
We probably will try to look at doing all of these things because I can't, as I saw visiting, I just couldn't understand how much disinvestment has been in that school. So we want to we'll circle back to you, but I'm going to look to do all of these.
I appreciate you, Donovan. Really thank you, the team. We really appreciate everything. The children.
Also, did DOE get in touch with you on the D75 school?
Yeah, they did stop by. They did stop by.
Good.
So they have information for you.
Good. So they followed through.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Perfect. So we'll talk.
Thank you so much.
All righty.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We're going to go to Nat Rowe, Flux Factory.
Hi, it's so great to be back here in person. I'm Nat Rowe. I'm the executive director of Flux Factory. When I started there about 10 years ago, we were going to lose our building in Long Island City. We've been in the neighborhood since 2001. And the core of what we do is provide affordable space for artists. So the artists who get these affordable studios, because of that cheapness, then they're able to experiment, build community together, and prolifically exhibit new works in our gallery. So we produce about 50 distinct kinds of public events every year, from performances, visual art exhibitions. You may already well know that we've been on a sustainability campaign that, I was kind of, in order to exist, we had to get a solid foothold in the neighborhood. So we do at this point own through public funds, through city funds, our main property on 29th Street that we've been in since 2009. And we also were able to get into a community facility, which is much smaller in the, you may know the Gotham Point building over on the Hunters Point South waterfront. So we've had our first pilot year of programs and exhibitions over there on the Hunters Point South waterfront. We'll be requesting any amount of expense funding that would go towards our ability to produce public events in that gallery on the waterfront. However, it is kind of, with some humility that I come here making a capital request. I was hoping that I was done with capital requests for the 29th Street space. I've been talking to Phil about this in great depth. He really knows the nuts and bolts of this. We had gotten $418,000 through NISCA Capital. The community panel of LICDRI has allocated, we requested $900,000. You probably know that the state is going through finalizing the recommendations of the community panel. So we had this fantastic Alt-2 scope, and through the interdepartmental process, it seems like we're being forced by the DCLA and the DOB to add an elevator, go for an Alt-1 scope. So there's going to be an expanded scope. And so my hope in fiscal year 26 is that you'll help partially fund this. We can work with the DDC to do some scope development and get this into a track where over the course of the next few years, we can build that elevator. And, the city has already invested so much money in this. So, we've got to, I really don't want to be coming
in flux.
It's, I should have, if only it was Stability Factory, it would have been, different.
Right,
but thank you
But handicap accessibility is important. So any ways.
So, I'm going to be trying to track down Phil after this, but thank you for entertaining that request.
No problem.
Thank
No
you for your
problem.
time.
Thank you. All right, next we're here for Micah Dicker, Center for the Integration and Advancement of New American Incorporated.
Good morning, Borough President Richards. Pardon, I'm getting over a cold. It's nice to be back, though I wouldn't say necessarily under these exact circumstances. In the last 8 days, President Trump's executive orders and the threat of mass deportations and family separation have terrified Sienna's clients and the greater immigrant community. Sienna has seen a drastic reduction in walk-in clients, in-person appointments, and attendance at our Astoria office. Clients who do come are hesitant to share their personal information with us. We have heard these exact same concerns from schools, clinics, and churches in our community. We aim to not only address our clients' fears, but provide them with guidance that could potentially allow them to remain in the United States. Sienna is requesting $50,000 to expand the capacity of our current legal immigration services by increasing our part-time immigration attorney's hours to oversee an immigration legal readiness program. With the requested funding, Sienna will provide legal consultations that address clients' individual needs and give up-to-date information on new immigration laws and policies. We will help clients gather the necessary paperwork to submit applications for asylum, TPS, work authorization, DACA renewals, change of venue requests, and other immigration relief. Ensure that they are diligently following the legal process and are prepared to attend their scheduled court appointments. We will help them create a safety plan to designate guardianship over their children in case of detention or deportation. We will reach out to prior at-risk clients, namely the hundreds of asylum seekers we have served in the last 2 years, and have one-on-one sessions with them to provide as much up-to-date information as we can. We will continue to assist with filing applications for naturalization, legal permanent residency, and family petitions for longtime legal United States residents, many of whom are also targeted under the new administration. We will provide additional case management and social services based on need and eligibility. Following the immigration process properly and legally may protect against detention and deportation. Our funding request will protect not only Sienna's clients, but the immigrant population in Queens, the world's borough as a whole, which we know is vital to our borough and our entire city in countless ways. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you for the work you do. It's more important than ever these days. Thank you. Cheryl Chan, Sculpture Center. Good morning.
Good morning, all. My name is Cheryl Chan, and today I am speaking on behalf of Sculpture Center. Firstly, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and Queensborough President Donovan Richards and the Queensborough Board for prioritizing your support of Sculpture Center and culture. It's not a privilege, but a necessity to our community. Founded by artists nearly 100 years ago in 1928, Sculpture Center remains an artist-led and artist-focused organization that has served as a cultural leader in Queens since 2001, when it moved to an industrial space located in Long Island City. We have become recognized as a resource for local artists, students, and audiences. And over the past 2 decades, we have shown nearly 1,000 emerging or under-recognized artists, often giving them their first major US or New York solo exhibition. We commission ambitious new works that artists cannot otherwise realize and support experimental ideas that audiences would not encounter anywhere else, filling a major void within the Queens arts ecosystem. To ensure that our program is accessible to all, Sculpture Center is free and open to the public and serves 8,000 to 9,000 constituents each year. In addition to our year-round exhibitions, we offer a dynamic series of 10 to 15 free public programs that cater toward a wide range of interests, audiences, and ages, from artists and curator talks, tours, panel discussions, readings, book launches, performances, workshops, and concerts. Additionally, Long Island City has become a major residential and economic center and one of New York City's fastest growing neighborhoods. Yet there remains a significant lack of sufficient open spaces and cultural and recreational offerings to accommodate our community's rising demands. In fact, Sculpture Center remains one of the few free public amenities within our immediate neighborhood. We're also located adjacent to a new open and recreational green space slated to debut on Dutch Kill Street and Jackson Avenue that is tentatively known as the Underline. The Queensborough President's Office has served as an advocate for this project, and we are currently formalizing opportunities to physically connect to and partner with the space on public programming, public art and programming initiatives that will bring our work beyond our walls and into our community. Today, we ask that the Queensborough Board consider supporting Sculpture Center with a $5,000 grant to ensure that we're able to continue making our public program free and accessible to all. Thank you for your time and consideration, and we hope to count on the borough's support as we continue to seek ways to increase our impact and reach as a cultural resource for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, you did, what was your ask? Did you have an amount?
Yes, sorry. We were requesting a $5,000 discretionary grant for public programming.
Okay. All right. Now we go on to Hannock.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sam Burtnick, and I'm representing HANIC, a nonprofit organization based in Astoria that develops affordable senior housing and provides social services for community members throughout Queens. We're proud to present our upcoming development of 1016 Beach 19th Street in Far Rockaway. This new building will provide 177 units of 100% affordable senior housing. 54 of these units will be reserved for formerly homeless seniors. HANIC will serve as the developer as well as the supportive service provider for this project. This building will include 4,000 square feet of indoor space, as well as additional outdoor space that will be dedicated to recreational and social service programming for the residents. Inside this building is currently a dilapidated auto body shop, so we are hoping to receive brownfield tax credits to assist with this building's construction. Foxy Development and Points 5 will serve as co-developers alongside HANIC and will utilize their expertise in affordable senior housing development to make this project a success. HANIC and Foxy Development views this project as an essential tool to bring new affordable senior housing to the residents of Far Rockaway. In particular, the 54 units of housing for formerly homeless individuals will provide a lifeline to those who require a more stable housing situation. We are requesting $1 million in capital funding from Borough President Donovan Richards, as well as an additional $1 million in capital funding from Sylvina Brooks Powers, the representative from the 31st District of the New York City Council. This request aims to ensure adequate funding to cover recent inflation in construction materials and costs, as well as the provision for ample space for HANIC social services. In addition, the requested capital funding will enable the development team to utilize sustainable construction methods, means, and resources during this project. Thank you for your time. We look forward to working with Borough President Richards and community members in Far Rockaway to develop a project that we can all be proud of.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, next we'll hear from Noel Yang, a Living Faith Community Development.
Hello, members of the Queensborough Budget Committee. My name is Noelle Yang, and I'm the Program Manager at the Living Faith Community Development Corporation. At LFCDC, we're dedicated to revitalizing neighborhoods in Flushing through programs that foster community needs for the youth, elderly, and immigrants. Our Girls Outdoor Adventure Team empowers high school girls in Flushing to explore New York City parks, building leadership and confidence. We also partner with organizations like Casino Synergy for park cleanups, the YWCA for food box packing, run a summer STEM camp, and host family events. Joining the QBP nonprofit network has further expanded our local partnerships and impact. One of our key focuses for 2025 is launching a new food distribution program in Flushing. Unlike a traditional food pantry, this program will focus on providing fresh, nutritious produce instead of primarily dried or canned foods. We will also go beyond food distribution by hosting workshops and culinary events, such as family dinners to educate participants on healthy eating and strengthen relationships among neighbors. With diet-related health issues in our community, we aim to address root causes by equipping families with the tools and knowledge to create lasting change. This program will serve 100 individuals every 2 weeks and will connect families to additional resources like housing support and job training, helping us address both immediate needs and long-term goals. Our work extends beyond individual programs. We're building a coalition of community-based organizations and partners to maximize impact. We're serving primarily Asian and Hispanic populations in Flushing and to provide direct referrals, recruit volunteers, and collaborate on resources to better address the unique needs of our community. To make this possible, we're seeking $5,000 to purchase equipment like refrigerators and freezers to store perishable items and fresh produce. This investment will help us launch the program, but it also establish a foundation to grow through partnerships with food banks and other funders in the future. Our goal is not to just fight hunger, but to build a stronger, healthier, and more connected community through food. Thank you for your time and support.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Okay, thank you for what you're doing. Very important. We're going to Edgemere Alliance, Elizabeth Oporum.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Elizabeth Oporum. I'm the board secretary of Edgemere Alliance. And on behalf of the Edgemere community, I would like to petition Queensborough President Donovan Richards to support and funding for the Beach 43rd Street Park in Edgemere, New York from the fiscal year 2026 budget. This park is newly created and the only open space in Edgemere with access for water recreational activities where BIPOC community members can kayak, paddleboard, and picnic while enjoying the waterfront views of Jamaica Bay in their community. In fact, it's the only park in the community of Edgemere from Beach 35th Street to Beach 51st Street. The park site is in dire need of improvement through capital funding, which will improve water access by creating viable entry points and beautification. We're requesting $250,000 as a start for short-term improvements, such as clearing the site of debris, including prior slab home foundations, creating a safe slope easement to the waterway via MobiMat and floating dock system. The park needs a tree canopy for shade and beautification, including benches, picnic tables with umbrellas, sod, and a seasonal portable toilet with a hand wash station. Edgemere Alliance has recently become a Friends of group and has advocated for this park for the last 2 years. Last year, we hosted 2 kayaking events where over 200 community members participated. This is the only waterfront park in our disadvantaged community of Edgemere. We are currently speaking with our council member, Sabina Brooks Powers, for support and funding as well. We believe funding the Beach 43rd Street Park will help strengthen and improve the quality of life for Edgemere residents while building equity, inclusion, and resiliency into the blue and green spaces along the Beach 43rd Street corridor for nature and water recreation use. We would greatly appreciate your support for funding this park. Thank you in advance for your support, and thank you for the opportunity to speak today.
Can I ask you a question? Did you get this cost estimate from the Parks Department?
This was an estimate from Parks and what some of the research that we have been doing.
Okay, so from Parks. Okay. And they're aware of
Yes.
improvements you want to do?
Yes,
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. Thank you for your testimony.
no problem. Thank you. Thank you.
All righty. Noah Mixler, Consortium for Workers' Education. Consortium for Workers' Education.
Thank you, and good afternoon, Borough President Richards. My name is Noah Meixler, and I am the Director for the Astoria Worker Project at the Consortium for Worker Education, or CWE. Thank you for inviting us to present and for the funding you provided for fiscal year 25. The Astoria Worker Project is a program of the CWE, a New York City-based nonprofit organization providing workforce development services to over 34,000 New Yorkers every year. We serve as the workforce development arm of the Central Labor Council, providing vital training services to incumbent union members across 36 union locals. We started the AWP to build worker power, one neighborhood at a time, creating a community space for grassroots worker education. The Astoria Worker Project is a center offering worker cooperative incubation, education, and mental health programming. A focus of this project has been servicing workers on the forefront of exploitation, workers underserviced by the workforce development community and immigrant communities in Western Queens. Since we began offering courses in November 2022, over 2,000 residents have participated in worker education classes and mutual aid services, like clothing drives, food distributions, and other community events. Our partners in Queens include, but are not limited to, the Street Vendor Project, training vendors on business management and digital skills, the AIDS Center of Queens County, providing work readiness classes for Latina trans clients, their International Rescue Committee, providing resume preparation for recently arrived West African immigrants, and the CUNY Community and Worker Ownership Project, training entrepreneurial Queens residents in sustainable business practices. We are requesting $20,000 from the Borough President's Office to build capacity and expand our operation in Queens. This would include supporting funding for a UAW Region 9A LSAT class for paralegals and funding an ESL class for Workers United members at a garment shop in LIC. Funding would enable us to expand our worker cooperative portfolio, enabling us to build more worker-owned businesses in Queens to keep commercial corridors thriving. We would be most appreciative for the support from the Borough President's Office, and we look forward to continuing to work with the Borough President in delivering these vital services on behalf of Queens workers. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Claudia Espinoza, Love Mentoring.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for the space. Thank you for the Queensborough President's Office. My name is Claudia Espinoza. I am the Executive Director of an organization called Latinas on the Verge of Excellence, Love Mentoring. We provide mentorship and health education to young women in schools across New York City, including Queens. We've been doing this since 2012. Currently, we support neighborhoods in the borough, including Elmhurst, Astoria, Flushing, and Jamaica. We are expanding our programming and are considering requesting $100,000 to continue implementing our current programming and be able to expand to more schools within the borough. We will be doing this by partnering with more schools during the academic year of 25 and 26, during the fiscal year 2026. More specifically, we will be providing mental health, reproductive health, college access, and career readiness through our programming, the way that we have been doing for this past 13 years. The main component of our program is mentorship, and we will continue to work with colleges and universities within the borough, including Queens College, to be able to provide mentoring and relatable role modeling to our young women in our programs. We thank you very much for your support and look forward to building more partnerships to the great initiatives that you have created to be able to create a bigger network of all of the nonprofits in New York and Queens primarily, so we can work together to better support the community. Thank you so much in advance for your support.
Thank you so much.
Claudia, could you submit your written testimony sometime today, please?
We will do that. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
All right, thank you. Next, Dominic Smith, Urban Upbound.
Hi, good afternoon. Is it good afternoon yet or good morning still?
Dominic.
It's good afternoon. All right. Well, good afternoon, y'all. My name is Dominique Smith. I'm the Director of Development at Urban Upbound. I'm speaking on behalf of Alex Melissa, who is unable to be here at the moment. Urban Upbound is a nonprofit which was founded in 2004 under the name of East River Development Alliance Incorporated, which remains our organization's legal name to this day. Urban Upbound's mission is to break cycles of poverty and low income in public housing neighborhoods in New York City. We provide underserved youth, adults, and seniors with the tools and resources needed to achieve economic prosperity and self-sufficiency through 7 comprehensive integrated programs. These include employment services, college access and youth development, financial fitness and affordable housing, tax prep and income services, worker cooperative development and business innovation, mental wellness counseling, and financial inclusion services, anchored by the Urban Upbound Federal Credit Union. Urban Upbound plans to submit a request to your office before the May deadline for fiscal year 2026 for funding. Specifically, we're seeking funding to support the expansion of our financial counseling and banking access services to the Rockaways. Long known as a banking desert, residents of the Rockaway Peninsula don't enjoy the same access to banks that many of us take for granted. Urban Upbound is currently exploring creative ways to finance the creation of a new branch of the Urban Upbound Federal Credit Union on the peninsula. The Urban Upbound Federal Credit Union offers its members a suite of community-oriented products, such as low interest rates, personal and small business loans, credit builder accounts, and direct NYCHA rent payments, combined with the convenience of modern banking, including surcharge-free ATM access, mobile banking, and debit cards. As always, we will pair our banking work with our financial counseling services, so the Rockaway residents will fully leverage new access to build wealth and exercise agency over their finances, and a hope that this will increase with ease. The requested fiscal year 2026 funding would be used for our general operating expenses other than staff and salaries or fringe benefits. I look forward to sharing additional details. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions at this time. Thank you for your consideration.
Did y'all have a request number?
It is not listed here,
Okay.
but
All right.
Alex,
I'm sure he will.
he will
All
let
right,
y'all
all
know,
right,
I
no problem.
promise. All right.
Could you also send us the digital version of the testimony so we can have it on record?
Yes, we will. All
you.
right. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you so much. All right, we are going to take a break and we will be back at 1:05. Thank you all. All righty, we'll start with Derek Duncan, the Shepherd Line Mentoring Program.
Thank you. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Coach Derek Duncan. I'm a Hall of Fame football coach from Holy Cross High School right here in Queens. The Shepherd Line Mentoring Program is designed to educate and support football players, parents, and coaches as they prepare for high school and college. The mentoring program will assist players with preparation for the SAT, ACT, and the Catholic School entrance exams. It will also provide training in life skills, nutrition, and football-specific physical fitness. Parents will receive guidance in making decisions regarding their athletes' high school and college football careers. Additionally, coaches will be offered CPR and first aid training along with football-specific classroom instruction. We have already enlisted the help and support of Campus Magnet High School, Holy Cross High School, the NFL Alumni Association, the New York City Catholic League, and several youth organizations. We are seeking $50,000 in funds to cover the expense for 1 year's program. The financial support we receive will be used to purchase training equipment, provide scholarships, and improve our facilities. I would like to thank Donovan Richards specifically, Khalil Bragg, as well as the Queensborough President's Office for allowing us this opportunity to be in your network. And I don't know what else to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Is your program existing already, or is it, or
It's in the fledgling thing,
Okay, got
Donovan.
it.
I think this is the beginning, and I think this is kind of my first foray. What I did so far, we did one event, a 7-on-7 at Campus Magnet. It went great. We used Jalen Brown from the NFL came down. We had you guys supported as well.
Yep.
We had, I think, a couple other organizations, health organizations came to support. So it went well so far.
Now you're a part of our nonprofit network?
Yes, I
Okay,
am.
good. All right, good. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next we'll hear from Sabrina, Cultural Lab, LIC. And Mr. Wheeler? Okay. Oh, I see you. All right, got you. Good.
Thank you so much for having us here. My name is Edjo Wheeler. I'm the Executive Director and Founder of Culture Lab LIC. And as most of you know, Culture Lab LIC supports the community. We are going to ask for $500,000. We're a nonprofit organization situated on a 20,000 square foot water lot with breathtaking views of Manhattan. Our mission is to unite people through arts, culture, and community, creating a vibrant hub that reflects the spirit and diversity of Queens for over the past 5 years. With your support, we will elevate the space to the only outdoor live performance venue in Western Queens. This funding will enable us to achieve professional lighting controls for theater and cultural events, state-of-the-art sound system and tech booth, projectors and screen for free film screenings under the stars, a versatile stage to support dance companies because they need a special floor, and many bands. Comfortable weather-resistant seating to make the space accessible year-round for our community. Essential updates to existing infrastructure, ensuring safety and stability. Wayfinding to connect the neighborhood and draw more people to the waterfront. These upgrades will enable Culture Lab to host up to 1,000 guests and expand our free programming, concerts, and movie nights and festivals, while attracting larger names to the community, which always helps tourism. As a community cornerstone, our events connect neighborhoods, inspire audiences, and celebrate cultural richness of Queens through diverse offerings such as Venezuelan, Indonesian, and Taiwanese festivals, live music, dance, and film. With this funding, we will transform the space to a premier destination for recreation, culture, community, fostering economic growth, supporting local businesses, and ensuring world-class cultural experiences for all New Yorkers. Together, we can make Culture Lab a beacon for the arts and for all of New York City.
Perfect timing. But yes, thank you all. I am Sabrina Bodie, Culture Lab LIC's Director of Operations. We are applying for both capital funding, as Edjo went over, as well as expense funding. So to talk a little bit more about what we request on that end, again, Culture Lab LIC is a robust, multifaceted house and haven for artists of all mediums, community members of all backgrounds, and nonprofits of all missions. We provide space, resources, and a strong sense of community. For expense funding requests from the Borough President's Office, we request support on the following areas: musician fees. Culture Lab is known for our free outdoor summer concert series. Each and every weekend, if you're going to the waterfront in Long Island City, you should pass by our music and be able to enter our lot and enjoy all of the festivities that are going on. This program came about thanks to musicians being open to growing with us and being paid solely on tips at the very beginning. We're making great strides, however, to offer our performing musicians a living, substantial, flat guaranteed rate, and to really build up our artistic community as we build up as an organization. Our Artist in Residency program is another main tenet of what we do at Culture Lab. Each year, we have 4 different residency groups have space, access to resources like professional development, and then be able to present their work at the end of the year. For this, it's really based now off 100% of their ticket sales when they perform their new work. We would love to offer a more sustainable stipend for these artists throughout the year so that they can continue to produce their work with their teams. Along with that, our community events and cultural festivals, which Edjo touched upon briefly. For these events, we request support for materials such as backline musical instruments and equipment, permit fees for our food vendors, garbage removal expenses, cleaning fees, all of these crucial aspects to make an event happen. Along with all of these, insurance fees, internet, subscription and fees for our softwares like Eventbrite, Square, Asana, digital marketing materials, and print to really get the word out beyond Long Island City, and a very quick. So, thank you all.
And the $500,000 you're requesting, that would be for the outdoor space where you do all the events, okay?
And that's also, again, the extension of the DRI.
Right, okay, got it, okay. All right, thanks, thank you. Righty, Cassava Dama, Nevus Affordable Housing Incorporated.
So, Mr. Borough President and your staff, thank you for your time. Nevus Affordable Housing is a nonprofit dedicated to solve the affordable housing crisis. We have 2 asks of you. So let me start with the simplest one. $100,000 to build an AI-powered app that matches housing seekers with units available. People don't kind of realize this, but there are housing available that from numerous websites, from ADU, accessory development units, and basement apartments, and the housing lottery. So people just don't know where to go. So this will be a one-stop place to find affordable housing.
No, I don't think we could fund apps. Can we fund it? We can't fund an app. An app. No, we can't fund that, yeah.
No, it could be a website. What?
Yeah.
Like a cell phone app.
Cell phone app,
Yeah.
yeah, it's an application, yes. And
Cell phone app that we cannot, like for capital? That's
No,
not,
it's not, well, it could be an expense grant.
I mean,
We have to check the rules.
yeah, we have to check on all.
Okay, so
But-
anyway, if we did it, so Yang Zhou is from the Queens College Incubator. They're the ones going to develop it.
Okay.
So it's not going any money going to anybody. $60,000 will be for teaching the course, and also
Okay. Okay.
it's not necessarily the app, teaching the
Okay.
course, and 20,000 publicizing and 20,000 posting it.
Okay.
So and maybe squeeze it around.
I mean, I think probably at the Queen's Tech Initiative is what they need to,
That's right.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, so you want to see her.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
the second ask we have is for $5 million. So we're looking to bridge funding for a property we control on 10520 Sutton Boulevard. And I think the man upstairs was looking favorably because it just happens to be 2 blocks in the northern boundary of Adrian Adams. So I think she'll be interested in this. So we intend to build 125 units of low-income housing plus a supermarket. So this plan aligns with your goal of building more affordable housing, solve the food oasis problem, and jobs in the community. So Donovan, I know Costa was here yesterday to ask for a similar amount. I was here yesterday, ironically, to work with Dr. Kolsaputi. I know recreation is important, but housing is a human right. And I know you're upset that Costa made your knees hurt. I guarantee you, when you and I play basketball, you'll look like Michael Jordan. Yeah, look, you'll be done. I'll make
Don't
it
let you go so low, man.
So you have a request. I'll work with The Rock. To this, and I hope we can make this happen. By the way, this is just the first of many projects So you can get credit for helping us off the ground. And it just becomes rinse and repeat because we have the developer here, I mean, the builder here. We have 10 more lots to build upon. So you get credit for the first one. And also, by the way, if I just go back to the app over there, so I think Brad Lander saw our proposal and he just copied it. So basically you could have bragging rights. Queens beats Brooklyn.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Look forward to seeing you on the court. All right, we're going to go to Tanya Wilson Thomas, Tanya Wilson Thomas, the David and Devetta Wilson Scholarship Fund. Is that a virtually?
Yes.
Okay.
Where is she? Yeah. Yeah, no, can we skip? I don't know where she's at.
Okay.
She fell off the.
So we're going to Veritas now? Academy?
Yeah.
Veritas? All right, Veritas Academy?
Yeah, they're not promoted, that's why. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon, Borough President Richards and staff. My name is Harlan Bostamatos. I registered on behalf of my students for the civics class. Just want to point out, the Borough President has been a big help in everything that we do in our school, and we love you very much, sir. So we're here today.
Love you too. We don't want to hear from you though. We want to hear from the students, what they need.
Today to let the kids speak. They actually created a video, but doesn't seem like I can share my screen. Can I?
Hold on, they're gonna allow you.
Awesome.
How's the library coming along? Did we start construction on that yet or no?
Not yet, sir. We're still waiting for the SCA to, yeah.
There was a little backlog, but that should be fixed now. Right, as of this month, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why you're the best. Thank you.
You're right.
Oh my
Right.
Should be able to share your screen.
Hey, we're,
Okay, here goes.
oh yeah, we got it. That's why we have the kids here. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Erica. My name is Omar. And we're part of the Veritas Civics team. According to the student conducted survey at Veritas on bathroom quality, 80% of our students felt that the bathrooms were clean.
And 92% of our students believe that our bathrooms need renovation.
We love our campus, but it's time for an update.
Let's take a look at our bathrooms. From the boys' bathroom at Veritas Academy. Only a very small thing, there's only 4 urinals, small, and it's not a lot. Small space and hand drying in the water. Pretty nasty, it gets all over you. It's pretty messy. It's just not the best. I want to run.
And as you can tell, there is a gap here. Some of the girls here don't feel that they have no privacy. I think somewhere there's only one faucet that actually takes a lot of water, and the other ones don't or barely have any water. When you're trying to use them at the same time, most of them don't even work correctly, or it's very hard to be pressed on. Here's a hot-bed radiator. As you go closer, there's garbage and tissue all inside of it. And honestly, as it's a radiator, I can see that it's a little bit hazardous. Garbage all inside it, and I think it really needs to be replaced or at least fixed.
There are only bathrooms with 650 students at Veritas, and we constantly advocate to our administration, but we need your help.
With funding from the Borough Office, all of our students. Together, let's flush out the old and bring in the new.
Well done.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
And talk about how to guilt trip the borough president.
I mean, ironically,
Have you got cost estimates on the bathrooms for your principal?
I'm sorry?
What is the range of bathrooms normally cost? 500,
So
okay.
from our school, we'd like to request around 4.4 million.
from the borough's office.
Yes.
4.4 million
Mhm.
Yes.
For all the
bathrooms in the
Flushing.
campus.
Yeah, on
for
Flushing
all
campus.
the bathrooms. Okay, I was gonna say because I want. Okay, all right, got it.
Yeah, and ironically today,
How many bathrooms do you have in total?
Around 35 on campus.
35 bathrooms on campus. Okay,
Staff bathrooms, student bathrooms.
okay, got it. Yeah, 'cause you have a huge campus. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, and we will be in touch.
Thank you
Great
so
job. That's the way to
Thank you.
advocate using
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
video
day.
was very good. It's the best bathroom video request I've ever had as borough president.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care. All right, Tanya, we're gonna go back to Tanya now. Tanya Wilson Thomas. That was pretty good.
You can unmute
Yes.
yourself.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Tanya.
Hi, my name is Tanya L. Wilson Thomas, and thank you to Queensborough President Donovan Richards Jr. and your staff for the opportunity to speak at this forum. I came to you today representing the David and Devetta Wilson Scholarship Fund. We are a 501c3 organization which was established on May 26, 1990 by my father and his 8 siblings. The 9 children of David Sr. and Devetta Wilson. I'm their eldest grandchild. The scholarship fund was established as a living tribute to my grandparents. My grandfather, David Wilson Sr., was the son of a slave. He was the 7th of 11 children born in South Carolina, and he completed 8th grade and came to New York in 1935. Grandma Devetta, the daughter of a Baptist minister and the 10th of 14 children, came to New York in 1940. They met and married in New York and reared their family, 5 boys and 4 girls, in the Lincoln Houses Projects, a public housing project in Harlem, New York City. Though denied a formal education in the segregated South, both Grandma and Grandpa they taught their children that education is the key to attaining their life goals. Their children were also taught the importance of making a contribution in the community. So David Wilson Sr. was always telling his children, my father, aunts, and uncles, that those best able to give something back to Harlem had moved on. He named off several families that had left, including our family, and recalled my aunt that she's the youngest of the Wilson children. He said, don't be like that. Here, this is where you grew up, got your roots, your training, give something back. My aunts and uncles decided to pool their limited resources and create a family scholarship fund as a living tribute to their mother and father. And their desire was to help a new generation of young people make it into college. Each year, since its inception in 1990, 9 students have been presented awards by the fund. In the early years, the awards were small, but appreciated nonetheless, as the fund was supported mainly by the incomes and of the family and donations from family and friends. With the death of my grandmother, Devetta Wilson, in 1995, the endowment increased through her bequest. Students are selected to their communities by community service, academic excellence, and financial need, who have financial need without regard to race, creed, or gender. The recipients all attend accredited colleges, and DeWiff's takes pride in the caliber of students it attracts. In 1994 was the first graduating class of recipients, and from the faith rooted in the values instilled in the 9 Wilson siblings, DeWiff's, the David and Devetta Wilson Scholarship Fund, empowers leaders through education. The scholarship fund has increased its services to the students recently in the last couple of years. In our most recent years, we now not only provide the 9 scholarships, the 9 annual scholarships, but we've also done a few program changes. So we increased our programming now by following our cohort of students throughout their 4 years. We're very excited about that. We offer mental health check-ins, care packages throughout the school year, and emergency funds. We also invite our scholars to our strategic planning meetings. Some of our graduates are now part of our board of directors. We would like the opportunity to increase awareness of our program by becoming more visible in the Queens area through marketing and developing strong relationships with area schools and guidance counselors. To accomplish this, we would like to apply for this fiscal year's discretionary funding, $5,000. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. Looking forward to accomplishing much in this area with the assistance of this office. Again, thank you kindly for the opportunity and have a great day.
Thank you, Tanya. We got to get you a Queensboro bridge behind you, though.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But
The
thank you
largest,
for all that you do. Oh, go ahead.
thank
Sorry.
you. No, I just agree with you. It's the largest housing development housing project in New York City, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
that's right.
Well, thank
Thank
you
you.
for what you do, and we look forward to continuing to work with you. And just so always thankful for the work you do with our veterans as well. So thank you.
Thank you,
Tanya,
sir. Thank
can,
you.
can you submit the written testimony to the email, please, so we can have it on record?
Okay, I did send it
Oh,
forward.
I'll flag it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye.
All righty. Next, we'll hear from Share Cancer Support, Beng Hee Chi.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Borough President Richards and staff. Good to see everyone. My name is Bong Hee Chi. I'm the Vice President of Development at Share Cancer Support. We've been serving New York City for nearly 50 years. We provide support services to individuals with breast, gynecologic, or metastatic breast cancer. And we provide education, support services, patient navigation services, webinars. We also, we're a national organization and a 501c3. So we do a lot of programming online around the latest in treatments, personal issues, just care, survivorship, and things like that. In New York City in particular, we have a community-based, grassroots-focused program where we provide, we have ambassadors who provide education and one-on-one mentoring and engagement in the communities. We have a very large presence in Queens. Last year we reached over 10,000 individuals. Overall, we serve about 35,000 individuals throughout the city. And our programs are, we call them Afro Share, Latina Share, and Chinese Share right now. And so our outreach is conducted in, English, Spanish, and Chinese, both Cantonese and Mandarin. We distribute thousands of pieces of educational materials while we're in the communities, and our Chinese materials are provided in both traditional and simplified Chinese to make sure that they reach the widest audience. This year, we're going to be expanding our Asian reach by translating our materials into Korean and Bangla to reach, those communities. And then we'll be expanding translation of materials to reach additional Asian languages as well as additional African immigrant groups as well, because we know that those are also quickly merging groups in Queens. As a new request this year, we're also going to be asking for funding for our patient navigation program, which is really been an essential program. We started last year. We've served over 150 cancer patients who usually come to us in a state of dire crisis or need. usually in a great deal of financial toxicity, where they are struggling to remain in treatment at the same time, sometimes having to choose between, buying food, paying for rent. A lot of times their access to treatment is challenged by where they live. They don't have access. So some of our women are traveling by bus 3 hours a day to access their medical center, while they are also dealing with the fact that they're looking for affordable housing. One of our patients, unfortunately came to us 75 pounds. She was a small woman, but she was withering away. She couldn't afford Ensure, which was the only thing that she could eat during treatment that didn't make her nauseous. Unfortunately, Ensure was too expensive for her, so she was choosing to spend her money on treatment and feeding her son and her disabled mother. When she came to us, we were able to assist her with, finding the benefits that would get her Ensure, and so she was finally gaining weight. And all of this is unfortunate because she was actually in care and in treatment, so even her providers were not aware of the fact that while she was coming in for treatment, she was disappearing, and they didn't see it. So we're there to serve as a safety net for some of the patients who really, through life experiences, are just really challenged with with survival. So we're going to be asking for discretionary funding to support our patient navigation program, which is working hand in hand now with our outreach work in the community, and hoping to get some discretionary funding of 5,000 or more. And we'll also be looking to get funding through the Access to Health initiative through the city, and hopefully, receive some support from you all. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present. Thank you.
For your testimony, did you hear the news that we were working with the governor on a standalone cancer center for Queens, and we announced $180 million last week with the governor to build a standalone cancer center at Jamaica Hospital in conjunction with Sloan Kettering. So
we will
yeah,
definitely
so
be
it's
in
fully
touch then.
funded. And yeah, let's be in touch. And I'm really excited about that because you talk about individuals having to travel 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I know, from my own experience with my grandmother having cancer, having to travel to Sloan Kettering by public transportation was like 2 hours one way. So imagine, I could only imagine how it feels for those who are in treatment. And, so we want to ease that travel time for especially Southeast Queens residents. So thank you for what you do, and we'll be in touch.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Eileen Miller, Bayside Hills.
Hi, Donovan.
Hey, Eileen. Good to see you.
I'm so happy. Welcome to my home, everyone. I wish I could give you something to eat or drink. Anyway, I'm testifying for Bayside Hills, my community. Bayside Hills is one of New York City's most livable communities, largely thanks to our neighbors and small business partners who support our hard work. We urgently need you in helping to restore and maintain essential landmarks in our area. Our current challenge addresses the need for repairs to our neighborhood's 4 unique entrance cupolas, which mark the northern boundary of 212th and 213th Street and 48th Avenue. These cupolas are located on public sidewalks, which are heavily used by merchants, school children, and pedestrians alike. Per our research, the Department of Transportation is responsible for these cupolas, but they have not fulfilled their duty to maintain them. This is a matter of public property, and securing an improvement grant from the city that utilizes public funds is essential. If the cupolas are allowed to decay, our community's charm and the polish of the Big Apple will be diminished. We need to revitalize these iconic structures integral to our city's history. We seek a grant to cover all or part of the repair cost, as the cupolas have begun to show structural failures that pose a safety risk to pedestrians. In the years before, we have painted them. The community painted them. We got the Boy Scouts to help, and they've been painted, but now it's beyond painting. The 4 cupolas need to be repaired. The estimated cost is $15,000. Thank you once again for your enduring dedication and leadership. and ensuring the well-being and safety of our residents of Bayside Hills. Now, just to let you know, my grandson is 11 years old and he plays basketball. I don't know if
No, I'm not trying to play against him.
anyway.
I only play people 50 and up now.
I am very
My lessons with that.
I am so proud that, you know, I served on this board a few years back, and the borough president was not there, and I am so happy that you're there because it's important for the community. And thank you for all you do. I think you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. Can I ask you a question? So you
Yes.
came, the DOT give these estimates?
No,
The
actually,
Department of
no. DOT said they're too busy. They're supposed to maintain it, but they're pushing, saying, oh, well, it's a community that does it. So our community, we get some funding for the mowing the lawns from Linda Lee. But the thing is, we don't, sometimes we don't even have enough. They don't do the lawns, and then we have to take off money and pay for the lawns. And sometimes we have to wait to make sure we have the people who live here, that our funds can increase, because we're not a rich community. We don't have a lot of excess money lying around that we could do it ourselves. Otherwise, we would. But it's
Okay,
city
so I'm gonna have to
property.
do a little research. I'm gonna have the my engineer pull the maps here, and then we'll get back to you, because I gotta make sure if we do anything, it has to be, if it's a private property, we can't fund it, but if it's
No,
DOT's.
It's not. It's on the sidewalk, and it isn't. It's
So let's schedule a meeting with DOT
excellent.
and y'all, and maybe we could meet on site or something like that. I'll have the staff
Oh,
follow up.
That'd be great. Oh, I would appreciate that immensely. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. All righty, we're gonna go to Leah Weinzimmer, H&H Elmhurst Libertas Center for Human Rights.
Hello, can you see me?
How are you? Yeah,
All right,
good to
great.
see you.
You too. Hi, my name is Leah Weinzimmer, and I am a clinical social worker and the operations director at the Libertas Center for Human Rights at Elmhurst Hospital, part of New York City Health and Hospitals based in Jackson Heights, Queens. Thank you very much for inviting me to provide testimony today and for your support of our program. The Libertas Center for Human Rights is a program providing comprehensive medical, mental health, social, and legal services to immigrants in New York City who have survived torture and human rights violations in their countries of origin on the basis of race, religion, ethnicity, political opinion, or membership in a social group such as age, gender, or LGBTQ identity. Our mission is to provide integrated services to help survivors heal, regain independence, and restore hope and humanity in their lives. Our vision is that all survivors of torture and human rights violations living in New York City lead healthy, confident, and hopeful lives. The Libertas Center is applying for discretionary expense funding from the Queensborough President's Office to support case management, care coordination, and crisis responsive services for immigrant survivors of torture and human rights violations to stabilize their physical and psychological health, their social well-being, and their legal situations. QBPO funding will help prevent client crises and support their return to stability as emergencies arise, which they will. Crises include homelessness and unpredictable shelter availability, food insecurity, unstable employment, immigration crises such as deportation orders and ICE raids, and resulting declines in mental health and episodes of suicidality. With the QBPO's support, the Libertas Center will be able to better respond to the needs of recently arrived asylum seekers and the impact of the new administration's executive orders and immigration policies. Thank you very much for your time and consideration of our.
Thank you, and thank you for the important work that you do. I'm assuming you're seeing an increase at the moment, right?
Absolutely. I mean, over the last 2 years with the influx of asylum seekers to the city, we've definitely seen an increase in referrals over the last couple of years. And then currently in the last week, I think people may be not wanting to come out and be referred right now, but we'll have to see what the impact is in the coming weeks and months. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Thank you for the important work that you do.
Thank you very much.
Academy. Oh, Jamila Jones. Oh, Jamila Jones. Okay. How you doing, brother? Good. Excellent.
Please unmute yourself.
You're unmuted.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. How are you?
Good. So hi everyone. My name is Shahana Olid and I'm the principal of Ilham Academy, a new school located in Jamaica, Queens. Thank you, Borough President Richards and staff for having us today. So we are here to request funding for our STEAM program that's offered for after school, weekends, and summer and our summer camp, and associated resources with it. So as a new school, we have many needs, and that is why we're submitting for this discretionary fund. So our STEAM program takes place after school and on the weekends, and it's provides enriching educational and recreational programs to enhance learning opportunities beyond school hours for our students and our community. It offers structured, engaging activities to improve academic performance, creativity, and social interaction for the students as well. We also want to use it for social and emotional learning and health support as well. So we want to create a nurturing environment to address mental health, emotional resilience, and positive social behaviors for our students and their families. So in doing that, we want to offer resources and workshops to address depression, anxiety, bullying, and stress while providing parenting supports to the parents. So not just the students, but also helping out the parents. So we are we are requesting for $11,000 in discretionary funding to support this. This would like help cover the cost of materials and things that we would need to run these programs.
Thank you so much for the work you're doing, and we'll definitely consider it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Got it. Now we're going to go to Shannon Getzel. Sorry, I skipped you. Together We Can Community Resource Center Incorporated.
Good afternoon. It's so nice to see everyone and reconnect. Again, Shannon Getzel, one of the founders and director of Together We Can Community Resource Center, Inc., or Together We Can. We're a 501c3 led nonprofit, female run. We power ourselves on a lot of coffee and empanadas, but we really love making an impact here in the community. We focus on youth programs. We provide youth and support and resources. We have a program contracted with Vibrant called Family and Youth Peer Support Services, where we provide advocacy services to immigrant families in need. We also do a lot of coalition building and community partnerships. Over the last 3 years, from 2021 to 2024, we provided a program called Sport for Family, which is funded by the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Sport for Family was an innovative program to educate and support families and youth with different types of sports activities. By combining youth sports and family-focused health promotion, we're able to address some of the issues of premature morality in the community. So long story short, we provided basketball and soccer to children from 7 to 17, and they ran around for about 3 hours a week in one of our schools, and they were supported by community coaches and people that live in the community. The youth, they did basketball, soccer, and some did volleyball, but the main one was soccer, always soccer in the community. So we had that program for 3 years. Unfortunately, unfortunately, our funding dried up for the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. So we're asking for support from the borough president for $20,000 to bring back some form of sports programs in the community. It was a really, really wonderful program. We helped over 500 children and their families with this support. And not only were we able to provide the support to the children, but we did educational workshops with the parents simultaneously while the children were getting their running around and exercise in the community. So we brought in Zumba, we brought in mental health support resources, we brought in anywhere from financial fitness to the parents. So it was a really, really effective program. We were able to support 500 children, and we were really sad that the fund is ending. So we're asking for support and hoping to bring back the program, be able to bring back our coaches to be able to coach the children. Again, thank you for the time and the amazing work that you do in the community. And congratulations to everyone else who's providing such great services to the community. We hope that we have the opportunity to work together. And I want to thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for your testimony. Thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you.
We're going to Tanya Matos.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon.
Hi, my name is Tania Matos. I am a Queens resident, and I am the executive director of Unlocal. We are based in Manhattan, but all of our, many of our clients are based in Queens. And also, we do community education and partnerships. We have many partnerships throughout Queens, as well as with schools, with nonprofits. And what I am coming on here to request is for to meet the immediate need of services that's happening right now at this very moment, which is a lot of know your rights and information sharing and deportation preparedness for families that is being requested right now at this moment. And we're requesting $20,000 to work with community-based organizations, places of worship, and organizations and small businesses, and really anybody in Queens that wants to work with us to be able to receive these services in their preferred language. And I've submitted a proposal to the portal, and which breaks down the details of our proposal, which is having a certain amount of people in these presentations and in their language. And it's quite a number of presentations that we were proposing. And this is our Queens initiative that we can dedicate an organizer to. So I'm happy to answer any questions at this moment. And thank you for considering the application.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. Right, next we're hearing from Izzy from Hazak, representing Hazak.
Hello. Can you hear me and see me, I hope?
I can hear you. I see your name now.
Doesn't seem to be an option to turn on video. That's odd. Well,
that's all right.
You're not missing out on anything.
We
Not seeing my
know what
pretty
your face looks like.
Yeah, I'm on all the wanted posters. So anyway, I'm very sorry I couldn't be there in person today. As you know, I love coming by. I love seeing everyone face to face, but I promise you'll be seeing a lot more of me shortly. Today, I have two asks. First, we're asking for discretionary funding. We're continuing to do the same good work we always do. We do 2 to 4 events a week, mostly in Queens, senior, youth, adult, couples, divisions, a yearly cultural carnival, a food pantry that feeds thousands, and our demand has increased to the point that we're now open on Thursdays too. We have a youth center by Forest Hills High School. We have 20 plus Sunday school programs, a dozen in Queens. And for all that and all the other work we're doing, we're requesting $50,000. Second ask, capital. We are finally going for capital this year. As you know, we've been looking for a long time to build a community center in Kew Garden Hills that doesn't have one, but we now have a location that's actually not too far from Borough Hall. It's on that side of our neighborhood. And we are hoping to build it, and we're hoping that we will see you guys there. So we have not forgotten your heartfelt pledge, and we are asking for $1 million of capital funding. Thank you so much. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you
Thank you very much, guys.
for the work you do. Thank you. All righty, going to move on to now Mohammed, Save the People. Alaikum salam.
My name is Mohammed Shahidullah. I'm the Imam and the community leader. I'm working with Save the People from 2019. The last year we did more than 22 food pantry for our local community, and I'm so happy and glad. Thank you so much. The board president and your team already visited our location, 165 and Hillside Avenue. Our second floor, the community center is open for everyone. More than 21 organizations they use based on request. And then now we're facing the problem for a lot of new immigrants, they're asking the computer access, logging, or check their status, something. And a lot of the local residents, the youth, the senior student from the school, or they don't have that much the computer facility. They're home. They're living the basement or one bedroom apartment. They're also asking for the homework. And that's why we are trying to establish in one small room, the computer lab, the 15 or 20. We're requesting $15,000 for the discussion fund to establish the small lab.
Okay.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you. And your nonprofit?
Yes,
Okay, got it.
501c3 we established 2019, and we have a small grant from the Queens D office for the civic engagement youth, but we don't have lab, we don't have computer, we have only the 2 or 3 laptop. That's why we're facing every day, a lot of people are come, they say hey mom, can you log in my, the account and then check the my status, the document we want to upload, this or that, but we don't have the secret network, or we don't have the public access, the internet or the lab. That's why we cannot provide the properly the service, especially the youth, the evening time, the lot of the residents, the senior student from the high school or the college student, they come also, they want to use our facility for their homework, their assignment, but we don't have the lab to give their facility.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
So good to see you.
Yeah.
All right, is there anyone else who wishes to testify? You want to check online, anyone? Well, we're good. Richie, are you testifying? Anybody testifying or anything? No? Okay. All right. I want to thank everybody who came out the last 2 days. This concludes our second and last day of our fiscal year 2026 Queensborough Board preliminary budget hearing. I want to thank all the individuals and organizations that testified this year. Your testimony will be critical in drafting our response to the preliminary budget and to fight for our communities in Queens. Once again, I want to thank the panelists and participants who joined us throughout the day. This includes the community board chairs and the New York City Council Queens delegation and their staff. I want to take the time to also thank my staff. Deputy Borough President Ebony Young, and my Chief of Staff Michael Mallon, Deputy Chief of Staff Khalil Bragg, Budget Director Iraq Chanosky, and special shout out to Fannie Lynn, who led the organization of this year's hearing. It was very efficient. I also want to thank the staff who volunteered the last 2 days: Shubra Dada, Avi Weinberg, Mark Thompson, Jordan Randolph, Starry Yane, Susan Marchetti, Tim Chubanitzi, Lauren Pluguez, Omar Trabal. Omar was on the sets. Thank you, Omar, for making sure the tech worked. Kat Zapata and Laura Reyna. Thank you all for coming out. I really want to thank all of the nonprofits and everybody who came out today who's doing critical work to make this borough better and to especially combat some of the federal initiatives that we see, or lack thereof initiatives actually, that are going to impact Queens, our immigrant communities. So we're really going to focus a lot on immigration this year. I can tell you on our response right now to make sure that we're making sure that communities are seen and feel protected through this difficult time. With that being said, thank you all for coming out, and this concludes our budget hearing.